squad. Hey. What's up? What's up? Come on in the room. Come on in the room. No, I like these glasses. These all right. Come on in the room. I am sorry. I am a little bit tardy for the party, but I am here. Okay. Shout out to my mods for holding it down while I was getting my my ponytail together. Oh, this ponytail's hair getting on my nerves, child. Anyway, I'm digressing. Hey, y'all, come on in. What's up, squad? Shout out to my members. I see y'all. I see y'all. Listen, y'all might as well stay up. We're going to have a late show. We're going to have a late show. I got a lot of things to talk about. Hey y'all, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? It's the blog, guys. As y'all come in, go ahead and like and share. I am streaming. Am I streaming on Twitter? Let me go see. I'm streaming live on Twitter for the first time. Okay, well, back in the day it used to be Periscope, but I'm streaming on Twitter right now. I'm also streaming on Facebook. Shout out to my Facebookers, and I am streaming live on YouTube. So if you would like to join me over on YouTube, youtube.com, Share Brown, y'all know how to get here. Come on over to YouTube and join the live chat. You can also chat. I guess you could chat on over there on Twitter. I don't know, but I know you can chat on YouTube and Facebook. So shout out to the squad. We got a lot to talk about. We got a whole lot of Housewives tea. We got a lot of Bravo news, show news. We got a lot of Nene and Cynthia news. What else we got? We got a whole lot of things to talk about, but you know the drill. We will talk about it as soon as we get through this very, very brief introduction.
Get ready, because you about to be an ATL.
Guess what being a blogger?
More than a blogger.
Guess what being a blogger? You are more than a blogger.
I am more than
Guess what being a blogger?
all of is my son.
Okay, that shit scares you.
I am more than a blogger.
The blog goddess, the blog goddess, the blog goddess, Michelle is here.
Yeah.
The blog goddess, the blog goddess, the blog goddess, Michelle is here.
Yeah.
Say Autumn is her son.
Yes.
Autumn
It's her son. Yes.
Say Autumn
It's her son. Yes.
Say Autumn is her son.
Like for
The blog goddess, 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 Michelle is here.
Yeah.
Autumn is her son.
Like for real.
Like for real, damn. Y'all see, I'm up here trying to get stuff straight on my desk, everything, child. Hey y'all, come on in. What's up, squad? It's been a minute, but I'm back. I'm back. Like for real, damn. Hey, Zamzaga. Shout out to Princess AG. Y'all see all these people in the green in the chat over on YouTube. These are our channel sponsors. You can be a channel sponsor too. Only thing I do is click that join button, and you will get special privileges like emojis in the chat, special live stream, special deleted. I be deleting my Instagram lives, but I be putting them on my members only and my Patreon. So, if y'all ever want to catch a live that y'all think y'all missed, it is still available somewhere. Shout out to my Patreon members. We be doing Patreon after dark. Okay. We read through Porsha and Simon's divorce papers a couple of nights ago. And yeah, we was talking about the prenup and everything. It was really juicy. So if you want to find out about that, you can go over to Patreon, tier 2 and above. And also on Patreon, this is my let me promote my stuff segment. Okay. And also on Patreon, you will notice I have a Discord group. It's a private Discord group with a lot of people in there. It's probably about 1,000 people in there. But it's a select few. I be in voice chat with them sometimes in the middle of the night, and we be sharing stuff. It's just, if you want to be nosy, if you want to be in my business, go over to Patreon, join the $5 and above tier, link your Patreon to Discord, and you will get access to the private Discord group. Also on the private Discord group is all the tea, child. Every tea you think of on every show, they be talking about stuff about me. So there's that. What else is going on? I don't even know. Oh, my LTK. Anytime you see anything that I have on, you probably find it on my LTK. LTK is called like to know. Is that what it is? But if you go shop ltk.com/ and look for ATLian, I'll pop up, child, and you'll see all my outfits or whatever. What else? What else? Oh, I am here. Yes, look at Princess AG. Oh, look at my mods. Thank you so much, Princess AG. Shout out to Facebook. I see you. Shout out to Sierra Content and also Pink Hearts in the chat for Mama Brown. I will be headed up there this weekend for Mother's Day, child. She's driving me crazy, but we will be there with Mama Brown. So shout out to Mama Brown. Pink Hearts in the chat for my mama, okay, who has survived colon cancer and is still surviving, and anyone else who is going through the big C word, okay, you are a survivor. You can do this. I promise you can. I know it's tough. We all go through struggles. If you're a caretaker taker to someone who is going through it, I know it's tough. We all going through it together. I know you got friends, families, loved ones. Listen, we are. It has touched everyone in some way. Okay, and so I applaud all the people who have the strength to deal with it, and keep your head up because we here. Okay, so shout out to everyone. Now let me get started. I don't normally talk about Married to Medicine, but I'm going to talk about it a second while I give y'all an opportunity to get in here. Okay, there's a lot of people who have been saying, that what's her name? Sweet Tea, LaTeasha, she should be kicked off the show. Okay. And after the reunion where everybody was like, on her back and everything, it seemed like it was about time for her to go because Andy polled everybody, asked everybody if, you think you'd be able to work with Sweet Tea next season. And listen, Dr. Heavenly was sitting there with her red eyes saying no, okay? And everybody, just seemed like, they was over Sweet Tea, but it's crazy to me because they wooed that youngster, that young girl over there, okay? They wooed her, they wanted her over there, they wanted to get under quad skin, and they did it, and we watched it, okay? But now, T has spilled some tea. T has spilled some tea, child. She is over here on what was she on Instagram? And she was talking about, hold on, let me pull it up. Sweet tea. And she was talking about how, she's not a quitter. However, she won't be back next season. Here she is right here. Hold on, let's see what Sweet Tea got to say. She is way too close to the camera, but that ain't my business. If she like it, I love it. Hold on, here she is right here. Sweet Tea. What you got to say, Sweet Tea?
I'm glad you're not coming back to Married to Medicine. I didn't like how it worked out. It was foul. I mean, it definitely was foul. And I'm just gonna say I haven't really talked a lot about this, but I want I really wanted to leave it to my fans to figure out like what was going on because no,
How we gonna figure it out? I mean, we know, we saw it. We saw how they did you. We understand. But the people are saying, a lot of people saying since Kawhi got the bigger fan base, they kept her over there. But what I don't understand is what they're gonna do next season. They don't have no storylines.
that I'm not a quitter. Never ever been a quitter. Um, and I ain't never ran away from anybody. So just putting that out there. But it just is what it is. And I think that there are better things in store for me. I think that platform was what it was for me at the moment. And I think that God has something better and I'm going down the right path. So that's all.
She looks devastated. She don't look like she don't know what she gonna do. She was like, I done married this man. I done married this man so that I can get on Married to Medicine. And now they done kick my ass off. What we gonna do, y'all? What we gonna do? Now I'm gonna have to like really be married and I'm gonna have to really like have a baby or something. Like, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I got into this now I gotta stay. Okay. So I mean, do they have a prenup? Is she gonna pull a Porsha? I don't know what's gonna happen. You said they're gonna be divorced within a year or two. You think they're gonna be divorced? You don't think they ain't really in love? I don't understand. Y'all saying good riddance. Y'all didn't want her on there. You said Sweet Tea has been on IG. No contract renewal equals fired. Dr. G contributed to their demise also. Okay, but what about Quad and the man who over there wrapped up and stealing the Rolls Royces, who renting out the pre-leased Rolls Royces, and then he got caught up and sued, and now he owed them people hundreds of thousands of dollars. What about him? I don't understand. But anyway, I'm digressing. I guess that's gonna be the storyline. We're gonna be in court with old boy as he, fights them. I don't know. Is he gonna like appeal it or something? Like because the judgment has already been entered. We read the judgment. So Kurt King owes like what was it, like $300,000 for the stolen Rolls Royce that nobody that still hasn't been found. Like I don't understand. But anyway, I'm digressing. Anyway, you said you rather see Quad in her boot. What you gonna see them doing? Going out to Applebee's on Fridays? I mean, I don't understand. They don't do nothing. What is they gonna do? You think they gonna get knocked up? You think she gonna get pregnant? What do y'all think? I don't understand. Nobody. Sweet Tea was all of their storylines. Sweet Tea was a heavenly storyline to hate on. I like Dr. Jackie wasn't doing like everybody was on Sweet Tea. Now who's gonna have the conflict? Where's the conflict gonna come from? I guess they're gonna jump on Quad again, honey. I guess you said you like Quad theatrical self. It ain't nothing but Junkie not even in a wig, honey. That ain't nothing but Junkie not even in a wig. And I like Quad. I really do. But she took on that man's entire persona. And it is what it is. If they hang out, if they be drinking together and while he be over there sniffing that stuff, I mean, sometimes, you pick up your friends isms. Okay. You said I know Dr. G is laughing his ass off. Why? He didn't want to be there. So they are keeping Quad the fraud and her fraudulent fake men. Allegedly, that's what the people have been saying online, and I just be reading what they say. But speaking of keeping and booting, Bravo has announced their list of shows that they have renewed for next season. And it's interesting because somebody said over here, somebody on my Patreon said Mariah's supposed to be coming back. Is she? Who said that? Who said that? Mariah, I thought y'all said when people sue the network, they can't come back. Mariah sued and got a settlement. Nene sued and got a settlement. That means Nene coming back too, don't it? I'm just asking the questions. Okay. You said Junkie gonna be on next season. What he gonna be doing? He gonna be the gay accessories that he hate. Is that what Junkie gonna do if he gonna be on the gay accessories? I don't know. What would he be doing? He ain't got no storyline either. Talk about his rented house and his dog shitting all over the floor. What would he be talking about on there? Uh Anyway, Bravo has ordered a slew of renewed shows. Okay. They have ordered season renewals for many of their beloved docuseries, all of their reality shows. And the list is the list, but one thing that fans have noticed that there are some things missing from the list. Married to Medicine made the list. You'd be like, Kim's name's on the list. Nene's isn't. Okay. Married to Medicine is on the list. The Real Housewives of Atlanta isn't. Okay. But my people was like, the Real Housewives of Atlanta is in their current season. Okay. They in their current season, say they wouldn't be on the list. But there are other shows on this list that are in their current season right now that are still on this list. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, y'all take the cues as they are given. You know how we do. We just sit here, we speculate, and then we come back next year and be like, I told you so. Okay. But listen. It says Bravo has ordered renewals of many of their docuseries. Okay. They ordered Below Deck Mediterranean season 10, Below Deck Down Under season 4, Married to Medicine season 12, Southern Charm season 11, Southern Hospitality season 4, The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills season 15, The Real Housewives of Orange County season 19, The Real Housewives of Potomac season 10, and The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City season 6. It's a couple of shows missing. Okay. New Jersey missing. What else is missing? It's a couple of shows missing. So I mean, maybe they cutting away. Maybe they cutting the fat. Okay. My name is Michelle. I love that y'all love me, but spell my name right, please. That's Michael is the male version of Michelle. I am a girl. Okay. It is 2 L's, okay, and an E. You said Bravo is doing away with DEI. Is that what it is? They dropping all the DEI hires? I don't think it is. You said it's New York and New Jersey not on the show, not on the list, and Dubai. Well, we knew Dubai was gone. They been said Dubai was out of there. But yeah, New York and New Jersey, Orange County. Orange County is on the list. We got Orange County, we got Potomac, we got Salt Lake City, we got Beverly Hills, and that's all we got. Okay, Beverly Hills, Orange County, Potomac, and Salt Lake City as far as the housewives are concerned. Then we have Southern Hospitality, we have Southern Charm, we have Married to Medicine, we have Below Deck Down Under, and Below Deck Mediterranean. So, I mean, Below Deck is on right now, isn't it? I don't know. Y'all tell me. I just find it interesting that there is no mention of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, there are a lot of shows that they actually announced that they are bringing back, or that they are creating some new shows. Hold on, let me pull up Bravo TV. Let me go over here. Let me look over here. Oh no, they follow me. I didn't know Bravo was following me. Hold on. Let's see. Let me be on my best behavior because Bravo is following me. Anyway, let me see what they had said. They said, hold on. Let me show y'all what I'm looking at, so y'all won't think I'm lying. Let me put it on. Okay. They announced some new shows. Okay, what are these new shows they announced? They announced 4 new shows. Okay, the Real Housewives of Rhode Island, Ladies of London. Oh, Ilaka, you better join the Ladies of London, child. That might be the Housewives version, the Real Housewives of London. Okay, they got the Ladies of London. They got the Valley Persian style. What is that? The Valley Persian style, and they got Wife Swap, the Real Housewives edition. Let's see what these shows mean. They have the synopsis on here as well. The Real Housewives of Rhode Island, set against the shores of the Ocean State. The Real Housewives franchise expands into the world of a tight knit circle of Rhode Islanders who have a deep knit community roots and families that go back generations. With aspiring lives, thriving businesses, and tangled family dynamics, these decade long friendships prove that in a state this small, there's no escaping your past or each other. Child, if colorist Claudia wasn't over there pretending to be black, she might could be on that. Didn't she say she was from Rhode Island? Ain't that where her mama live? I'm digressing. We got Ladies of London. The Ladies of London is back with a new wave of British blue blood. Oh, okay, that's the Caucasians. Ambitious American expats and glamorous international socialites. Oh, okay. I wonder if they're gonna have some black people on there. As tradition clashes with the fast-paced, globalized world, these power players redefine what it means to be a woman of status in one of the most iconic cities in the world. Okay. Here, connections are currency, and the crown isn't the only thing up for grabs. Okay. Okay, this is what y'all were talking about. They go Raza. He's on is that him? The Valley Persian style. That's the Shahs of Sunset, but it's different. Okay. That's Reza, Gigi, Mercedes, MJ, share an unbreakable bond. But this is a new show. One built on years of friendship, fiery clashes, and the kind of history that never fades. Okay, so they still got their DEI hires. They got the Shahs on there. Okay, the Shahs of Sunset back with Valley Persian style. They got the Persians. Okay. Let me see. And then they got Wife Swap, the Real Housewives edition. When a real housewife takes off her stilettos and steps into a real housewife's shoes, all bets are off as two of entertainment's most iconic franchises are mashed up, leading to laugh out loud moments, personal epiphanies, and an opportunity to see if the grass is truly greener. Now, I don't know. Listen, it's not too many people married on Atlanta, so the Atlanta housewives won't be on that one. That's for sure. So, anyway, are y'all excited? I don't know. You said the blacks can't never come back on a new show on Bravo. Oh, not the blacks can't never come back. Yep, they brought them. I can't stand y'all. You said Atlanta will be back, but it will be vets. Oh, that's what it's gonna be. They're gonna change the name like they did Shahs of Sunset. That's what they're gonna do. If having to be married was really a must, only Jackie Christie would be on basketball watch. Child, who watched that? You be watching that? I don't be watching that. Anyway, I'm digressing. Let's move on. What else is on my agenda? Okay. I did, like I said earlier, I did find it odd that the Housewives isn't on there, but we're gonna let it do what it do, honey. Now, moving on. Where should I go next? Let me see. If I go here. Oh, Drew Sidora said Nene Leakes is the missing link from the Housewives. Now, this may be old tea because this was last weekend, but I haven't talked about it yet. But Drew was actually at the Women's Expo in Atlanta, and she was on stage and she was talking about next season or a season of the Housewives. And I guess let's see what she had to say. She said, "What's missing? What is missing is Nene Leakes." And somebody didn't spell that lady name wrong. They spelled that lady name without her E. Okay, Leakes, not Leaks, Leakes. Anyway, I'm digressing. Ain't my name. Anyway, let's
You
listen.
know, I think when you think of Real Housewives of Atlanta, you think of Nene Leakes. When you think of Nene Leakes, you think of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I feel like we are missing that voice. You know, I think when you think of Real Housewives of
Well, that's what Drew said. We are missing that voice. They missing something because them ratings is missing. Okay. We talked about the ratings the other day. Even though they came up higher, listen, I want to compare this. The ratings were actually higher than Kenya's highly anticipated episode. Let me send this to myself. Boop, boop, bam. Send it to myself. Okay. Last week, the ratings were 626,000. Now it came up. It's not a series low anymore, especially not right now anyway. But where it go? Hold on. I can't see. What date was this? Um but they are slowly coming up. Slowly coming up. Is this it? This it right here. Nope, that ain't it. Jeez, where it go? Every time I download something, it gets lost in the sauce, and I don't know what number it is. Recent? No. Download. Did I? Oh, I sent it to my other phone. Big dummy. I sent it over here instead of here. Okay, here they are. I was like, where it go? It's not on my computer. Okay, here it is right here. Okay, so Kenya's episode was, let's see, because you know it was going down, down, down. Kenya's episode was, yeah, somebody said the highest. Kenya's episode was 620 thousand. Okay. And it seems, everybody was like, that's gonna be the highest episode. That's gonna be the highest episode this season is Kenya. And once Kenya leaves, Team 12 said they are all leaving with Kenya. And here we are this week, okay. And it was 626,000. Okay, so it went up, honey. It went up after Kenya left, at least 6,000. It went down, then it went back up. Okay, so salute to that because now it's a different time. Uh, it's a different trajectory. I don't know. We got different energy. The ladies have all moved on from seemingly moved on. Low key, I think Angela's still riding for Kenya, but I'm digressing. But the ladies have pretty much moved on from the Kenya drama and they're on to the next. Now, speaking of on to the next, we have Shamea and Porsha. Wait a minute. Shamea on the Jasmine. Wait. Not the Jasmine brand. She was on the Jasmine brand, but that's not what I was looking for. Hold on. Let me go to the Jasmine brand and see if that's where it was. She was on a radio show. And she was talking about how she feels that her friendship with Portia should be off limits. Okay, should be off limits. Is it not opening? Why it's not opening? Jeez. Um, which is interesting because I mean we was talking about you was talking about your friendship from the very beginning. I mean that was what everybody was talking about when Shamea returned to the show. Now it seems that since people are pretty much talking about how Portia never stands up for Shamea. Shamea seems to feel that it's wrong. I don't know what y'all think about. Oh, it was on Ricky Smiley. Thank you. Let me find it. Hold on, Ricky Smiley. Shamea, Ricky Smiley. Shamea, Ricky Smiley. Uh, where is the link? Is that it? That ain't it. Oh, here's a short one. No, that's not it either. Child, I can't find it. I'm looking for it. I can't find it. But I appreciate y'all helping me. But Shamea was talking about her friendship with Portia. Let me see. Shamea gets trash. Shamea opens up about me. That's 15 minutes. Where is the best part of it though? Hold on. I see it's 3 days ago, but I don't see it. I don't know what timestamp it is. But anyway, you said and somebody else said it was Dish Nation. Y'all sending me all over the internet. But anyway, Shamea is feeling the ways about Porsha. Let me see if it's on Twitter. Hold on, Shamea Porsha. Let me pull it up this way. Is this it? Here it is. Here it is right here. Okay, I found it. This is a Ricky Smiley clip too. Thank you, squad. I appreciate y'all. But here is this one. Let's see what this one says. Y'all know the copyright disclaimer on Section 107 of the Copyright Act. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. What are we doing, ladies and gentlemen? We are researching. Okay.
I want you to play Stephanie Mills every day, 200. Keep away, girls. This one's all mine, honey. Make sure you watch them Transform Juror, baby, because they looking. So I'm just saying.
Okay, Shamea, with season 16 of Real Housewives of Atlanta, there were a lot of changes this season. If you could undo one change, what would it be?
Thank you, everyone who told me where it was. It's right here. She's wearing a sombrero. This was on this is when we was out here drinking and stuff, honey. Cinco de Mayo.
I mean, it would be just the awkward space that my friendship is in with Porsha.
Yeah,
I would undo that. That would that's my real friend. You know what I mean? And reality is real, right? Reality, you can't spell reality without spelling real. So the place that we're in right now it's hurtful. You know what I mean? It would be bad to say.
Why did y'all let it get to this point though? How do you let it get to this point when
everybody knows that when you go on a show like this, there's bound to be conflict. I mean, it is what it is. We saw the demise of Nene and Cynthia's friendship. We saw the demise of we using friendship loosely. We saw the demise of KKK Kim and Nene. We saw the demise of Marlo and Kenya. We saw the demise of Porsha. Not Porsha, Phaedra and Kandi. We've seen the demise of a lot of friendships on this show that were friends outside of the show. Okay, and here we are with Shamea and Porsha. Who's really surprised? Mariah and Quad, right, Anita? So who's really surprised?
And you're such good friends.
You know, in relationships, there's you and then there's them, right? And then there's like your perspective and mine.
Right.
I haven't been able to even have a conversation to understand how it got to this point. Everything that I've done has been centered in love and has led with love. And I've never been one to allow anybody to talk down on my friendship or like my people. And
that gets on my nerves too, because for Shamea to say that she has never allowed anyone to talk down on Porsha, but yet Porsha hasn't given her that same grace. I don't know. It gives people, reason to say, well, you the dumb one, Shamea. I mean, because the friendship wasn't equally yoked in the beginning.
That's just my thing. Now, what's happening on the other side, I have no idea. But there's no way that you, Brat, could come to me and say, Porsha said this or Porsha did this. I'm going to look at you like, girl, please stop.
So did the producers tell you to not talk to her a lot? Or did
No, I've reached out. I've done my part, I feel.
Okay.
And, the fact that she's allowing and listening to other people is ludicrous to me.
Wasn't she listening to other people she wasn't taking up for Shamea when Phaedra, who was her frack at the time, was telling everybody that Shamea was sleeping with Kandi. I mean, she wasn't taking up for her then. She wasn't taking up for Shamea when everybody was asking, why she wasn't at the wedding, why she didn't go to Shamea's wedding. She didn't even bother to, and then she said she couldn't fly those long distances. She could, she had child. Anyway, I'm not even going back in the archives to pull that up, but y'all know what I'm talking about.
People that she just met, people that she does not know well, they're in her ear or have said some things, I guess, about our friendship. First,
Miss Diane said, "Don't trust a dog that'll carry a bone," and she was talking about Shamea in that episode. We do remember that.
First of all, our friendship should never have been up for discussion, to me.
Yeah.
And if it was something that was that bad, it should have been addressed to me.
Did y'all talk before the show and say, look, did she say, well, you've been on the show before, so you know how sometimes how setups can be and how trifling the plot can get. So did y'all have conversations before? Like, look, no matter what they try to do, this ain't gonna be a problem.
Yeah, and my thing is, what's understood shouldn't be. You don't have to explain. Like, I'm riding for you. I think history has proven I ride for you over and over again, almost to the point where people are like, "What's wrong with you? What she got on you? What you still riding some boy? What's happening with you?" So at this point, I'm stepping back, and I'm gonna need you to show me some of that. Reciprocity. I need you to ride for me like I've been riding for you. And as all things on reality TV, it'll all play out and we will all see, and we can either be accountable for it or we can keep it moving.
Shamea, I want you to play Stephanie Mills.
Who's the like Shamea? Y'all know I ride for Shamea, but I can't ride for when somebody is blind to what's right in front of you. Okay, Shamea, that girl was not your friend. Okay, just because y'all have known each other since high school does not mean that she has written for you. Like, she has harbored some resentment. Clearly, look, Shamea then came up. Shamea got married. She's appearing to be happy. She got the family she wants. She got the house, the man, the money, all of those things. And Porsha does not. Porsha got it temporarily, but it seems like everybody even called it before the season even started. Like, Shamea got the story, the fairy tale that Porsha was supposed to be showing us. Shamea is showing us all of that. Shamea is showing us her house, her family, her cars, everything. But there's that. I don't know. You said you think it's all a storyline, but here's what I was saying the other day when I was on Discord, actually last night. Yeah, what was I saying? Y'all made me skip. Porsha and Shamea, like, I have never seen them like hanging out like that. Like, you don't see Porsha over Shamea house. You don't see Shamea over Porsha house. You don't see them out unless they're out with a group of people. That same Atlanta group that be out everywhere. The Kandi and Toya and who else? Tiny and whoever else. They all together. Yandy, and they'll go to like the same types of parties and everything, but you never see them one-on-one. Shamea and Porsha actually hanging out, like, even with their kids. Like, Shamea was going through a lot, and this was before the show even started filming. Hell, before she was even casted on the show, she was going through a lot with that surrogacy journey and with her child and everything. And we didn't see Porsha anywhere. Shamea was documenting everything. Okay, I think Kandi might have even been over there, but we didn't see Porsha. So in the grand scheme of things, I don't think they hung out outside of this. This is just my opinion. I don't know. A lot of other people say, Shamea be everywhere. Shamea be at the games. This, that. It's rare to see her with Porsha. But there's that. I did see her with Porsha at Nene's birthday party one time. That was like 3 years ago. They show a clip on the show of Porsha over there with Shiloh. Oh, okay. Well, I may be wrong. That's what I do. Anthony, are you new here? Don't we speculate? Isn't that not what I do? I watch things and I speculate. I'm not there with them 24 hours a day, but I can see with my own eyes, and y'all can too. Okay. Porsha is very self-centered. Okay. Porsha is mad because she would be twins with Shamea and have that same lifestyle. Well, it is what it is. I don't know. A lot of people feel that also Shamea should have checked Porsha with that Angela situation, and Angela seems to feel that Shamea should have checked Porsha, and she didn't. Hold on. But she didn't. And because she didn't, now people are looking at Shamea sideways like, Shamea, you're a wife. Like, why would you sit there and kiki with anybody who is saying those types of things? Anybody who is joking about fucking another woman's husband, is almost like, you don't want to check Porsha because Porsha may have some bones buried, that you may have some bones buried over there with Porsha that you don't want her to tell. I don't know. We don't know. This is just speculation. The views and opinions expressed by Michelle ATLian Brown are just my views. Okay. You said that's why Porsha holding on to Simon's house with her teeth, competing with Shamea. Ooh. Porsha equal hide your man, hide your husband. Okay. It is given that. Now, speaking of Angela and Shamea, they've been going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Hold on, let me airdrop this to myself. Shamea actually was getting like the brunt of it over here on the neighborhood talk the other day when people were dragging her for that clip of her saying that, it wasn't her battle to check Porsha about Angela's husband. And Shamea clapped back in the comment section, and then Angela clapped back at Shamea. Now let's see. Here it is right here. Hold on. Like this video as y'all get in here, please. And thank you. In this clip, which aired last week, y'all know the drill, copyright disclaimer, section 107. It says Shamea refuses to condemn Porsha for saying she'd sleep with Angela Oakley's husband despite being a married woman herself. Shamea said, "It ain't my fight." Let's listen to the clip.
Her husband, I was looking to you as a married woman,
Right.
to check her.
Y'all were at each other's necks that night. This is her talking, and I'm not saying that that's okay.
Okay, so
But
I
it
had
ain't my.
So she said it's not okay, but it's not her battle. And in her response, since everybody was dragging her in the comments, Shamea came up under there and said, "Damn if I do, damn if I don't. I have learned the hard way that I need to mind my business. I apologize about laughing and my part in it." Shrug emoji. That's not my fight. If Angela Oakley can forgive the person that actually said it, then surely my laughter can and should be forgiven. I've never said that it was okay for her to say that. Furthermore, I don't have to publicly chastise people. I can hold them accountable privately. Bottom line, she's a grown woman. Not my problem, not my fight. Now, Shamea, you on a reality show. You on a reality show now. Y'all calling her a lap dog. Y'all is wrong. Y'all calling Shamea an enabler, a lap dog, all of that. And so, listen, we on a reality show. So for her to be like, I don't have to check my friends publicly, all of that. You on a reality show. The goal is to check her publicly because everything happened publicly. The conflict happened publicly. Her saying that about fucking Angela's husband, we didn't hear it, but it was confirmed by Kelly that it was said, and you confirmed it as well. So you should have checked her publicly. Okay, that's just my issue. Okay, and it kind of begs the question of Shamea's character. I mean, if you're not gonna call out your friend when she's hella wrong publicly, then what's the point? Hell, Cynthia checked Kenya publicly when she pulled out them explicit pictures of Brit, okay, and they ain't spoke since. And so, look, you still didn't do what most people thought you should do, and Porsha still stabbed you in the back and ain't speaking to you and ain't taking your calls. So, I don't know. But speaking of that, Angela responded to Shamea. I said, "Look, Shamea, if my memory serves me correctly, you didn't apologize for your part until Porsha's event, which I accepted. At the Bailey Q, you actually doubled down and said you didn't see anything wrong with your response, bringing up jokes about your uncle. Hence the end of the conversation. It's actually okay. I misjudged and had a higher expectation of you. Again, I move different with my friends. It's perfectly fine. I understand now." Okay, Angela. Angela said, Angela took the high road. Okay, she said, "I know how to move." Okay, when people show you who you are, who they are, believe them. And Shamea had brought the olive branch, but it seems like the olive branch didn't matter because even though they were laughing and joking and stuff at the pool, we didn't get all of it. We heard what Angela say. Well, we didn't hear it, but Angela said she heard Porsha say what she said. We also heard, through another scene that Porsha then was joking about Angela's size, calling her Big Bird, and they were just laughing and doing all this. So it's a lot that probably happened or was said about her on camera that we didn't hear or see. And then for Angela to get out of her bed and go down there and confront them about it, clearly, they all was kikiing. So there's that. You said Shamea don't owe her anything. Oh, okay. Well, you think Porsha owes her anything? Who owe who what? Men beware of Porsha. Don't be fooled by hips. Y'all is funny. Shamea has her own kids to raise. She ain't Portia's mom. Okay, all right. Listen, I hear y'all. I see some of y'all are team Shamea, some of y'all are team Angela. It is what it is. You say Angela should take her husband's advice and mind her business to prevent him from being brought up in conversations. Oh, but this a reality show. We can't mind our business. We got to be in the business in order for us to be entertained. Now, you said these are supposed to be women doing great things behind the gates. RHOA has turned into just mess and confusion. It was mess and confusion behind the gates. Now you remember when Sheree left Nene's name off the dang list. Nene's name, Kim's name's on the list. Nene's isn't. Okay. Moving on, like this video. Now I did the Shamea. Hold on. It was something else I had to do about this before I moved on to the Nene and stuff. Y'all like this video, please, and thank you. Like this video. What's in my agenda? Notes. Yeah. Okay, we did Shamea, Angela. Ooh, speaking of Angela, and this situation, Angela recently spoke out on Dish Nation about what Porsha said about Charles. Let's see what she has said, y'all. Y'all can pretty much guess what she said because clearly Angela likes the word whore because she called Brit a whore at the Bailey Q and she calling Porsha a whore on Dish Nation. Okay, here it is on Jay's reality blog. It says Angela Oakley says that's what whores do in response to Porsha's comment about Charles and talks Charles' initial reaction to her joining RHOA. Let's listen. Okay, y'all know the drill. Copyright disclaimer, yada, yada, yada. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act, allowance is made for what? Fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. What are we doing, ladies and gentlemen? We are researching. Okay. Now, let's see what she said, child.
Prompted her to say that.
I mean, that's what whores do.
Oh.
Whoa. That was a sniper shot. Like, yo, like,
But so
what did she meant it though?
What is your thought process to come to that statement?
Well, that's what whores do. Is that where you gonna start the video at? I didn't even hear the question, but I'm assuming it was about Porsha.
I just, that's the immediate reaction. I don't care who says it, right? If anyone says that, I'm like, wait a minute, that's whorish activities. So that was my immediate reaction. And I know she said she was inebriated and she was just having fun, but I don't have fun like that with my friends.
I understand.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes.
Oh, okay. Listen, I she could be talking about Porsha and Shamea, not necessarily calling Shamea a whore, but just saying, I don't have fun like that with my friends. Like I don't joke about other people's men's while me and my friends are sitting around kicking. I don't be like, you know what? I should go fuck, Peter or whoever. Like that's weird. Okay.
Sometimes you got to know what people's comfortability or play level is before you say certain things, even if you do it in jest. And you can blame it on the alcohol, but
Listen, when I get drunk, you know what I do? I tell people how much I love them. And I hug people. I'm like, you guys are the best. I'm not out here like, I'm going to bang that guy's wife. Like, because he would whip my...
I just said the same thing. They must be psychic.
Yes. So, no. Didn't like it.
So when you go home, what was the convo like with Charles?
He went off. She don't know me. Keep my name out your mouth. All of that because he didn't deserve that.
Right.
He didn't deserve first of all, he's not accessible. And for her to say that, it's as though anybody can do it. It was just disrespectful to him. And he's really big on respect.
Okay. I'm asking out of pure ignorance here, so forgive me.
This is very interesting. I mean, it's interesting that they chose these two to interview Angela, and Angela being a good sport about it. But let's listen.
But what did she mean by she better stop, or like what was the better stop in reference?
I don't know. The only thing I heard with my own ears was I should fuck Charles. I didn't hear anything before that or after that because I was putting on my clothes going downstairs to confront the bear. Yeah.
So do you hear this for the first time when it comes on actual TV, or did you hear about it while you were actually there?
I heard it while I was there.
Oh.
Yeah. And I immediately went to confront it.
Angela said she heard her out her own 2 ears. Okay. And then that person over there said Porsha mad at Drew for basically the same thing. Pretty much. Porsha is very hypocritical.
That's what's up. Yeah. Like on site.
It's my husband.
I hear that.
I don't play those games. I honor my husband, my marriage, my house. I'm a woman first, but my family is right behind me.
I know that's right.
Yeah.
Well, you've also been
Okay. All right. I get it. Let's continue. I think she also answers questions about Charles Oakley and her decision to join the show. It's interesting. Let's see.
called the unofficial Bone Collector 2.0. Is that a fair assessment, or are you just very observant?
I'm very observant, and I love to like collect the facts and just get the story straight, so there's no room for misinterpretation. You know, I want to go right to the source and address them. I don't want to talk behind anyone's back.
Okay,
I'd rather say it to the person's face.
There we go. Nose to nose. 10 toes.
Not nose to nose. Okay, that's a little shade. They all know she got a nose job, and Shamea called her 99-cent nose.
Down. Okay, so you've got the lifestyle, you got the attitude, but what is the other thing girls have that you don't want?
I mean, bodies. No.
Any bodies in particular? We got snaps going on in the back.
Oh, she was co-hosting. Okay, well, in this segment, at least they sitting here just talking about the housewives, though, so it's giving interview. My bad.
Over here,
like, let me just live my married life in the house. Like, I want to be with my family, and I don't envy or covet anything anyone else has.
There you go.
I love my life. I love the people that are in it, and I'm grateful. I'm blessed.
I love that, man. Which housewife do you think is the least authentic on camera versus real life? Because sometimes people turn it on when they know the camera's rolling.
Do I have to pick one, or can I pick 5?
Oh, I can't wait to see what she says about this one. Which housewife is the most inauthentic? Oh,
Pick as many as you want.
Go for it.
You can make a
this is your show right now.
Yeah.
You know what? I think all of the ladies bring something different to the camera, because the camera, everything is intensified. So you feel, it's like the pressure, you feel the heat. So I won't knock the ladies too bad, but I think we all know how to turn up a little bit.
okay. So she was nice in that one. She didn't say nobody. Okay.
Deidre1212 says the queen.
Look, Angela, you're going to have to say names. Okay. That's one thing I can respect about Nene Leakes, and not to compare the two, but when asked the question, she going to give you the answer. Okay. That's why people was getting mad at her when, was it Andy or somebody had asked her who should be fired? And she was like, Cynthia. So, yeah.
Queen of Thoughtlandia strikes again. God. Yo. Same, everybody's so disrespectful and gorgeous, especially in the women's bathroom. Someone saying Portia's family, but then they hit it with the face. And then T-Tish says Porsha wasn't playing, she just got caught. So let me ask you.
Oh, I missed it. My bad. I was too busy talking. My bad.
This, if you were a fan watching this season, what would you side-eye about yourself? What would you side-eye about Angela Oakley, if anything?
Bringing Drew to Portia's damn party. Like, girl.
Yeah. Was that awkward?
Not somebody. Look somebody over there on Dish Nation said Porsha can't mess with Big Ange. Not Christopher Windham over there. And then Dish Nation put it on the screen. So them comments right there, I didn't put up. These are comments that they put up. Ooh, that is messy.
It was awkward because my intentions were good, but intentions, what they say, intentions pave the way to hell. So good intentions pave the way to hell, and clearly that's exactly what happened. So I'm kind of just looking back. If I could do it all over again, I definitely would.
When it was happening in real time, did your underarm start to tingle when you just realized that, oh man, this didn't work the way I wanted it to?
I had to put on my boxing gloves because they were coming for me. So I'm like, oh, you got to suit up. The girls are on me now. So yeah, I just had to, get in the ring and, knock them out a few times.
I had that. Yo, so you're married to New York Knicks legend Charles Oakley. What did he
Okay, here's the question about Charles Oakley I was waiting for. I thought it was next, and I'm sitting here going through all these other questions that I really don't care about. But let's listen.
Think initially about you joining the show, and what has that experience been like for both of y'all? Because sometimes, you know, the added extra sauce of a camera in a show can change the dynamic of the marriage a little bit.
You know what? I appreciate that Charles is a 30-year celebrity, right? So he's, you know, he's aware of the drama that comes with being on television. Initially, he said no, but you know, he wanted to do a little something to support me, and he agreed to do the show. It's been interesting to say the least. I didn't know that they would come at him so hard. So it hurts. I don't want anyone to attack my husband, but thank God my husband is Charles Oakley, because he can stand on his own 2 feet, and he is not afraid of a conflict or to set the record straight. So I think we'll be okay.
Okay, somebody said they glad the Brat wasn't there. Is the Brat on this? She was over there on the Ricky Smiley show when I just showed the Shamea clip, but you know, there's that. Now, speaking of Angela, we dissected the mid-season trailer during the last live stream, and at the end of the live stream, somebody, it sounded like Phaedra, was on the phone spilling tea about not Brit, Lord, Angela's husband, Charles Oakley. And it seemed like some more explosions happened during the what's to be the finale, allegedly, when apparently some guy or something confronted Charles, and Charles was kicking him out or something. We saw the little clip on the teaser. Y'all go watch the teaser. I'm not gonna pull it up again. Now, apparently, oh God, shout out. You know, I don't want to be look, shout out to the squad. I don't know if she want me to say her name, but you know who you are, over on Discord, who was spilling tea about who those people are. And I kind of don't want to give them clout, but I will give them clout because they over there basking in the glory of being the next messy queens to be featured on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And I know a lot of people, a lot of people seem to think that, you know, just like with Married to Medicine. Y'all don't remember that season when I think it was Quad that recruited this guy to say that he had slept with Lisa's husband. Y'all remember that? It seems like somebody is duplicating that storyline, because if you recall on the teaser, you can hear Phaedra saying, and yeah, and there, you know, Charles is cheating. And then the next thing we see is Charles kicking out this man who apparently is either going to tell about him cheating or is the person that he's cheating with, allegedly, or, you know, assumingly. I don't know. But it's this guy right here. Oh, I'm getting no clout, you know, but I'm gonna talk about it because he did a TikTok. Hold on, let me see this TikTok. Let me see this TikTok. Okay, you see this right here. They are so happy. He is so happy to be in this trailer that he went on to Twitter, and you know, everybody gonna send me the teacher. He went on to Twitter and he posted this video. I'm trying my best not to. I don't want to promote that man Instagram like that, but it is what it is. He went and he said, "Not me in the RHOA trailer." He said, "Not me." And look, watch this. He said, "Hold on. Let me pull up the volume.
You're a horrible person. How could you do something like that?
It's me. Hi.
Now, y'all see what I'm talking about? Y'all see what I'm talking about? He kind of look like Shamar. Y'all see what I'm talking about? Already happy because you was kicked out of the benefit. Okay. Now, the people also said that this is hold on. Because I didn't want to get his social media, but I will talk about this part. Hold on, let me see this. He and his partner. I told you, didn't I tell y'all he was a messy blogger? Whoever this is was a blogger, okay? He and his partner, y'all see it. Y'all probably already see it. I meant to take it off screen.
But a promo for when Phaedra drops back in.
Still with that tired ass blonde.
Yeah, she's giving a little tea about the girls.
Okay, so basically, I'm like, did Phaedra hire them? Is this what Phaedra came back for, to bring the messy queens over here to spill tea on Angela? Okay, I don't know. This is giving real shady.
Brit is questioning Angela about why Charles doesn't wear a wedding ring. It's going to be interesting the second half of the season. What do you think?
I'm sorry.
Oh, child, this is so messy.
I just realized something about that promo.
I'm listening.
And the promo, she's in the car and she's like, oh my God, I have tea.
I know.
That outfit is the outfit she's wearing. The tea is not about me. The tea is about you. Because it's that outfit she's wearing the night.
Not the tea is not about me. The tea, see, he already saying that the tea is about the guy. Oh Lord.
You. Because it's that outfit she's wearing the night we left cooking with Kelly.
Oh, so they've been hanging out at all the events, child. They was at Cooking with Kelly. Oh, not the tea is about you.
Promo, she's in the car and she's like, oh my God, I have tea.
I know.
That outfit is the outfit she's wearing. The tea is not about me. The tea is about you. Because it's that outfit she's wearing the night we left cooking with Kelly. That's the outfit she was wearing the night we left cooking with Kelly. That white outfit, remember?
Remember?
Bitch! That's
See, y'all talking about Junkie gonna be on Married to Mess, and then you got these two over here trying to be on Real Housewives of Atlanta. I don't know if they gonna cut it out, but they are in the mid-season trailer. I don't know what the drama is. I don't know if they're gonna accuse Charles of messing with one of them. I don't know, but it's giving real messy and real petty. Okay, that's all I know. What's next? Let me see. Hold on. Speaking of, I had two more stories. Hold on. I see y'all in the back too, friends. I put the link in for anyone who would like to call in. I put it in there early, but click the link to join the stream and let me know what you think about tonight's topics. It's all housewives, everything. I just pulled a lot of housewives topics together just to talk. Porsha has a new look. Somebody says she's looking just like Drew. And these are from the squad. You know, this is y'all's show. Y'all's show. Now, I also want to talk about Nene and Cynthia, and I'll do that in a second. Hold on. Porsha has a new look. She done went and got her a new not pampered by Porsha. What is it? Go Naked. She went and got her a new Go Naked hair weave. I guess she confiscated the hair back from Drew because she is mad about Drew filming with her baby daddy. So she went and confiscated all the hair and she put it on her head. Okay, here go Porsha. Oops, I didn't mean to play the music. And here go Porsha, honey. Porsha done put on a few pounds. I mean, she's still cute though. Girl, where your Spanx at? Porsha was eating burgers. Oh Lord, I love me a good burger belly, honey. We love us a thickum. Shout out to Porsha. Okay, yes, y'all. They said that Porsha stole Drew's wig. What y'all think of Porsha giving us blonde? Okay, kind of blonde. Now somebody said she looked pregnant. I don't know. Well, she might be. Dennis been hanging over there a little while. No. Anyway, she been eating good. She been eating hot dogs. Well, you know, there's that. It went in the front and the back. Okay, it went in the front and the back. She got a booty do now. Shout out to Porsha. Okay. Michelle does look good, like a sexy librarian. Oh, y'all talking about me? Why y'all talking about me? I'm talking about Porsha. We talking about the eye candy on the screen. Shout out to Porsha, okay, and her new color hair. Since I haven't talked about Kandi in a while, I wanted to drop Kandi in here because y'all say I shade Kandi all the time, and it's been a minute. Kandi recently, I don't know how recent this is. I don't know, but again, this is y'all show. Y'all send me links, I watch. Okay. Kandi says she ain't coming back to Real Housewives of Atlanta, but that ain't stopping her from saying what's on her mind. She's calling out Bravo for how they handled the situation. She was on the Morning Hustle show. Hold on, let's see what Kandi has said. She was over there sitting over there with Tiny and them. Hold on, let me see what she said. Where it go? Okay, there it is. Hey, binge worthy. I see you, friend.
Would you be
No,
interested?
I'm not. I'm not.
You wouldn't be going back.
Nah.
Not with this messy drama now.
That's not even surprising to me.
Yeah.
And y'all know the drill. Copyright disclaimer in section 107 of the Copyright Act. Blah 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 blah. Hold on. What had happened? Shit. Where is my thing at? Hold on, y'all. Where is my thing at? Ugh. Why it stopped? Jesus. Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm working on 2 computers. I am working on 2 computers and they ain't working. Hold on. There you go. You said here comes the grudge holder. Okay, wait. Jeez. Did it show? Did it? I see y'all in the back. Hold on.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
You wouldn't be going back.
Nah.
Not with this messy drama now.
That's not even surprising to me.
Yeah.
Somebody had pulled up the website for me one time. I was like, oh, okay.
You didn't feel like that was too much for Housewives?
Y'all act like y'all haven't watched Housewives over the years.
I don't think I saw a penis in somebody's mouth though on a poster board.
You
haven't.
I was saying, I don't think
Now she brought up the poster board. I wish I could rewind this because I wasn't listening.
everything is right, but these are the things that I always find interesting. Whenever you know that you have something out there about yourself,
Thank you, Anita.
not to say that it's right for people to bring it up, but why would you go on a reality show if you don't want what's out there to be out there? Because
no, wait. No, she didn't. No, Miss Threesomes didn't. No, Miss Bedroom Candy didn't. No, she didn't like try to explain away and then she got Tiny sitting over there looking at her like, no, is she about to go here? Look at Tiny. Look at Tiny face. Tiny looking like, is she about to go here? Now she talking about if you have things out there on you, why would you go on the reality? Candy.
people, even if it doesn't come up on the show, people start, searching for things and digging.
It's the same person that was mad at me for talking about Block being married when she got with him, when she got pregnant with Riley. Oh no.
Just like it's other things that that's coming on the blogs now that I don't know if was on the show or not. So anyway, my point is, it's like,
sound like Kandi being Kenya's mouthpiece, because did she say that she saw the stuff online? Like, Kandi, why was you looking for Brit's naked pictures online and you seen them and nobody else seen them? Everybody on the internet been looking for them and nobody else has seen it.
I think they both was wrong in that situation.
Yeah, me too.
And I felt like either you punish both or don't punish them and let them work it out amongst themselves.
Yeah.
And as a production company, you could have always just said, cut.
Yeah, Kenya is gone. The season has wrapped. Why is you even talking about this? What is the point? Okay, you might as well go down there with the two people that was down there with picket signs in front of Bravo, who was picking it for Kenya the first time. It was 2 people down there. Kenny, you might as well go down there this time because it's a wrap.
We ain't showing that.
Talk. You would know because you got a production company.
Yeah, y'all chose to just keep on filming the crowd, watching the stuff. So it's like, let's everybody just, move on, take our responsibility, move on.
Right.
Yeah.
That's live.
Was she the same person that was upset when they kept filming Shamea? Phaedra doing this in the camera? Was she the same person who was upset about, Phaedra, dropping tea about her doing threesomes allegedly? Was she the same person that was upset about her saying that, that she was kissing on Porsha and that Porsha wanted to taste her? Wasn't she that same person? I'm confused, Kandi. Why now you up here being supportive of slut shaming? Interesting.
Then would you be
No,
interested?
I'm not.
You wouldn't be going back.
No.
Not with this messy drama now.
That's not even surprising to me.
Yeah.
Somebody had pulled up the website for me one time. I was like, oh, okay.
You didn't feel like that was too much for Housewives?
Y'all act like y'all haven't watched Housewives over the years.
I don't think I saw a penis in somebody's mouth though on a poster board.
Yeah.
I had to rewind it because I had to play it again because I'm just stunned that she would be okay with it. Okay, I'm really stunned. But Kandi is the same person that made them put on vibrating panties. Okay, Kandi is the same person that was really sexually harassing her cast. Anyway, don't get me started.
Heaven.
I was saying I don't think everything is right, but these are the things that I always find interesting. Whenever you know that you have something out there about yourself, not to say that it's right for people to bring it up, but why would you go on a reality show if you don't want what's out there to be out there? Because
so basically she's saying that it was okay and that she had seen somebody send her the website. Who is somebody? Kenya? Did Kenya send you the website, Kandi? Just say who sent it. Anyway, I'm digressing. Moving on. Like this video. Who's next? Nene and Cynthia. I may review it. I need to review it. I guess because I had already seen it that it's kind of hard for me to review it. But I need to do a separate live where I'm just reviewing the Nene and Cynthia interview. But what I will like to say about it is I love seeing them all dressed up. I love seeing the talls. Okay. I love seeing them go down memory lane. I think it was quite shady that Cynthia brought her brand new tequila brand to promote on the show and drank it all. Okay. She brought it to give to Nene as what seemed like a peace offering, and she kept drinking the tequila the whole show. And even Nene was like, not you drinking from my bottle. That was really funny. You said don't review it. Why not? It was really shady. The first 5 minutes was a little touch and go to me because it seemed like Cynthia was a bit defensive, like she didn't know what was about to happen. And Cynthia does that sometimes, like you can look at and I did an old interview with Cynthia a long time ago, and Cynthia was like really and she was like that at the beginning until she calmed down. So I guess she needed a couple of shots to calm down, because after she calmed down, it flowed. Okay. And I love that, they went back in time, they kind of confronted, a bunch of stuff that, how they met. A lot of people think that they were friends outside of the show in the beginning, and they weren't. They really were kind of like assigned to each other. She talked about how the friendship contract came to be because she felt the ways because, again, she was assigned to Nene when she came on the show, and Nene was filming with other people and she felt a ways. And so she did a friendship contract, which at the time people thought was real single black female-ish. Everybody read her about it, but it became a notable moment in Real Housewives of Atlanta history. What else was notable? She talked about being married twice and how people seem to feel like she's been married 3 times, and how the whole internet is like, you've been married so much, but she's only been married twice. She was never married to Leon. Leon was just her daughter's father. She was talking about and Nene threw a little shade because Nene was like, I've been married twice too to the same man. That was a key. She talked about her younger boyfriend dating younger. And Nene said, younger men is where it's at, child. What else? I guess I don't know. What else was good? I mean, it was a very good interview. It's going viral. I mean, people are watching it. They've been talking about it on Atlanta radio. It has sparked the conversation, which really has sparked a couple of weeks before about Nene returning to the show. Like I showed you, Drew saying that Nene should return, and other cast members have been really pro Nene lately. So seeing Cynthia kind of, also being on this season of the show as a friend, mind you, but taking a moment out to come over to Nene's channel is kind of like, is the door open? And especially since they showed that clip of Nene on the last episode, people are like, I think the door is open. And I kept telling y'all the door was open a long time ago because allegedly she got a settlement. I remember I told y'all that. I be knowing stuff. Okay. I also told you, remember, she was back in the NBC Universal Graces because she was on the red carpet of, was it the Emmys and the Oscars? The Emmys, one of them or both of them. And she did the after show. And so, yeah, I mean, baby steps. Who knows? Nobody knows what will happen in season 17, but I'm here for it. But in the meantime, the Nene Leakes Show is on and popping. Okay. I can't wait to see. I mean, she mentioned Tamar. she mentioned Tamar at the end of the episode. So I mean, I'm assuming that Tamar is next. So I guess, I can't wait to see if, if she's interviewing Tamar. I want them to, well, I don't, I'm being real messy. Because remember when Tamar and Nene fell out? Y'all remember when Tamar and Nene fell out? And I had exclusively revealed that they had fell out because Tamar was dating one of Nene's boyfriend's friends. And then the friend was dating other people while he was hanging out with Nene and the boyfriend. And then Tamar got mad at Nene for not telling her about the friend. Yeah, uh-huh. And yeah, they stopped speaking. Well, Tamar stopped speaking to her because she felt like that she should tell her when the man was with other women, even though they weren't like monogamous or nothing. They was just dating. So yeah, it was just real messy. I live for the mess. So I wonder if they're gonna talk about that because remember they did fall out. They was throwing shade at each other online and stuff. Tamar falls out with a lot of people and get back with them. So that's nothing out of the ordinary. You said Nene should have linked with Cynthia for a podcast, and she will. She will be on Cynthia's podcast next. I think they said it in the beginning because Cynthia's like, you're coming to my show next or whatever. So they made a deal. If Cynthia comes to her show, she'll go to Cynthia's show and hopefully she'll bring the same numbers over there as well. You said the interview will push Kenya to call Cynthia to make up the show that she could still win Cynthia's friendship over Nene. You think that's what's gonna happen? Oh, okay. All right. Well, I give it a 10 out of 10. Again, listen, I gave the Deshaun interview. Well, I give it like an 8 because I feel like Deshaun is kind of quiet anyway. But I live for Nene talking to, the older housewives. Deshaun is an OG. Cynthia is not an OG, but she is a vet, okay? And I live for the fact that Cynthia asked the question on the show. She was like, "Am I an OG?" And the producer, whoever edited that video, edited out the response to Nene. So I don't know what was said or how it was said, but it was an edit right there because there was no answer. But Cynthia is not an OG because Cynthia was not in the first season. In my humble opinion, I have always considered an original gangster, okay, which is what OG means, as the person who was an original. And the originals were on season 1. Now, people who were 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to season 16, they could be veterans if they was, been on there longer, like Kandi. She's a veteran, but she's not an OG, okay? But there's that. Oh, y'all done made new rules. It's the first 5 seasons. No, it's the first season. Okay. You gave it a 10 out of 10. Okay. Well, I hope, I can't wait to see who's coming next. Nene Leakes Show drops every Wednesday at noon. Go and subscribe. Set your notification bells. Okay. Go watch the previous interviews as well. She actually has a playlist over there called the Nene Leakes Show. It's also in podcast form. You can listen to it on YouTube Music if you have that. You can just listen to it. Yeah. Okay. So click the link if you would like to call in. Let me know what you think about tonight's topics, and I am here for it. I have some people who have been waiting patiently in the back. Okay. Hey, Mel. Hey, Mickey. Hey, Vaughn.
Hey, Michelle.
Thank y'all for y'all's patience.
Yeah, it's all good. How you doing?
Good. How you doing, Mel?
I'm good. I'm enjoying the show. I want to say, starting with the Nene show, I'm enjoying it. You know, I was going to ask you, do you think that she will run out of guests to interview? Like over the summertime and in the fall. You think that if she go through all her guests too fast, or?
No, I mean, it's a gazillion people in this world. Why? No.
Okay.
Because like she said before, it doesn't always have to be celebrities. Like, how would she run out of guests?
Okay, because that was
she only doing the show once a week. It'd be different if she was doing it every day.
Okay.
But I mean,
because
I can think of a lot of men that I think she should interview. Because I was like, Jeezy, T.I., Big Boy, Killer Mike.
and she could do live streams too, maybe. Maybe she could do some live streams just to change it up, so she can broaden. So she could do live streams. She could maybe interview other ladies from different franchises who are not around, or maybe infamous ladies. So that's what I was.
I think that the sky's the limit. It's just up.
I hope so. I enjoy Nene. I enjoy the show. I just wanted to.
She need to go interview like Denzel Washington or Kerry Washington, or get some of them superstars over there too.
You know what? Maybe Ryan Murphy too, because he's
okay.
Maybe
get Shannon Sharp on there.
Oh. Hello, somebody.
What I was going to say, Angela. So it was a couple of topics. I'm trying to remember everything. But yeah, so the Angela thing for me too. Again, she's good. She's a good part of the season. I really don't have no issues with her. The only thing I have with Angela is that I don't want her to kind of go, well, I'm just being observant, or I'm just doing this. No, Miss Angela, you're being messy. I want you to own it. Now, I'm glad that you said I shouldn't have brought Drew to Porsha's event. I'm glad about that part. But you have to kind of own everything, because the simple fact is the women, they were not messy with Angela at the beginning. They really was not. She's fighting with Shamea because she's defending Drew. She listening to Brit about her Drew's, insecurities or intuition about Kenya. And then she takes that and she asks a very explosive question on Brit's behalf, and that starts all these problems. And then she's on Brit's side and Kenya's side at the same time. All that's very messy. And that's why the women are reacting when they're drunk. They're not. That was just an isolated incident. I don't believe anything the women said, even though it was very nasty and messy to talk about her that way. But that was light work compared to what they do in Potomac. Like, it wasn't really cutting down to the white meat. So she really need to back up a little bit, because it's not that deep. She has definitely been very messy this season. And they got drunk and they started just talking.
But they did say she been the bone carrier. You're right.
But she didn't want to own that either. She said, well, I'm not being the bone. No, yes, you are. You're the bone carrier. You're messy, and you have to own it. And when you messy like that, that's when people are going to mess with you. You see? So you don't get sensitive now, but you're out there getting stupid. So that's what's going on with her. But yes, that's what I think. And again, I enjoy the season and I enjoy her, but I just wanted to just turn it down a little bit and say, yeah, I'm messy. And you know what? I'm playing the game, and sometimes when I'm messy, they come right back at me right now, because she didn't really have a storyline. Her storyline was being messy. It was butting in where she didn't, excuse my French, putting her nose in, her unfortunate nose, in places where they did not belong. You understand? And listen, that's what happened. So listen, at the end of the day, I hope that she owns that she makes friends with Claritin and the Mucinex, so that when we can understand what she's saying. And I will be team Miss Angela next season.
God, why y'all do this? Well, thank you so much, Mel. What do you think about Sweet Tea leaving Married to Medicine, or getting the boot, or getting fired, or whatever happened?
I'm glad of it, because you know what, the simple fact is her husband is very controversial. I enjoyed Sweet Tea, but they really can't do nothing with them to get on that show. Those women ate them alive. And they didn't have the fight.
But they wanted her so bad. Why they bring her on there to kick her off?
Well, you know what I think? I think the simple fact is there's some unhealthy obsession I think some of those women have with Quad. For some reason, I don't know, because she's not my favorite either. They didn't like when she was going on vacations. They didn't like when she was at the sister circle, and they held it against her. So they brought in the person that the Quad had a very controversial relationship with, and said, you know what? His new wife, this is our sister now. And we love.
Don't you think now that she's gone, though, that's going to backfire on Quad, because now they're going to target her again?
Absolutely. Like I told you during the season, when everybody was like, this is Quad season, I said, well, you can celebrate now, but let me tell you, next year during the mid-season trailer, you're going to see Dr. Heavenly saying, oh, I heard something about Quad's husband. He's a thief, he's gay, or he's going to jail. Something.
That's not her husband yet, is it?
That's what they well, that's what they do. That's exactly what they're doing. And she's going to be on alone, fighting for her life, for all these people saying that she's all these kind of crazy things. So, you know what? Unless she becomes Quad from season 1, where she was investigating everybody, and that was enjoyable, she's going to get eaten alive too. So yeah, I'm kind of glad that Sweet Tea and her husband is gone, because they didn't have a fighting chance. They just couldn't fight them. They got eaten up, and they was going to lose. So that's what happened. That's what happened to that.
But I don't know that any of them will have a storyline without Sweet Tea, though.
You know what? And so as a viewer, that's the part that gets boring. Now, Mariah, who I loved, I used to live for her Facebook Lives years ago. I just being there with her mom and everybody and just be having a good time. She knew exactly who they were from day one. And the simple fact is, as a viewer, we're never going to get a really probing look at the dentist or the two doctors' relationships. Dr. Jackie is a question mark about her husband, what he does in Dominican Republic or whatever. And then we got Simone always having insecurities about her husband and Tammy. And then, we have Dr. Heavenly calling her husband daddy. And, so we have these things going on. They don't focus on that, but the professionals always putting the wives in the hot seat. Toya, Sweet Tea, Some other ladies, Mariah, of course, they always been in the hot seat. The wives have been in the hot seat, not the doctors. So, as a viewer, that gets boring. It gets very boring.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I guess. Hold on. What happened?
I think you went on.
Oh, I clicked the button. My bad.
That's okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm prone to agree, but I just kind of, I was tuned in for once for the Married to Medicine mess with Sweet Tea. And
Yeah.
now that she's gone, even though like she didn't really fit in and all that, but it was just the fact that she didn't fit in that was the entertaining part. You know what I'm saying? So now without her, it's like they just back to square one with
Back to
the
square
same
two.
old to me.
Yeah, that's why it's not going to be enjoyable. I know what I was going to say too. Lastly, before I let the other people talk, Kandi. Again, all these women as Black women, I love them and enjoy them as characters. I don't like the characters that they have on television. So Kandi over there justifying Kenya, it is so hypocritical. I'm like, wait a minute, that's a weak line. So Kandi is she's so she does this thing where she smiles, she laughs, and she'll throw a lot of information. And nobody needs to know about what you kind of thought you saw on this lady. Listen, nobody on that show is perfect. Nobody is perfect. So that's just what it is. Nobody's perfect. So yeah, I don't think that it was right that anybody come on these shows and say, oh well, if you have anything in the past, you've been divorced, you had a issue, or you were attacked, or whatever it is, that we're gonna talk about it because no, that's not the way it works. I'm sorry. Because
Yeah, I was just wondering why. I understand if she was asked the question and she responds or whatever, but it's just the fact of it's just real hypocritical. Like you were hell bent on getting Phaedra fired. You know what I'm saying? And you didn't stand up and be like Phaedra and Porsha should be fired. Well, some people did, but they fought Porsha to stay. So it's kind of like the same situation. One gone, one gotta stay. Like Bravo or True Entertainment has an interest in the show. They can't kick everybody off. So the biggest offender got the boot, in my opinion.
And I think sometimes Candy forgets that not everybody lives in a land of non-disclosure agreements. She seemed to live in that land where everybody she deals with in the dungeons and problems, because it's a lot of stuff going around her, but because of those damn paperwork, nobody can really talk about the lifestyle and what's going on with them. So
allegedly.
Allegedly. Come on now.
Allegedly, they've been saying she got a sister wife, so I don't know.
All alleged, but when you got paperwork out there, allegedly, then you can sit up there and say, oh, well, if you have a pass, well, Miss Candy, you got a pass too, but everybody, nobody got protection the way you do. So, we shouldn't be saying that. We really shouldn't.
Okay. Well, thank you, man. Appreciate you calling, friend.
You're welcome, Michelle. Have a good night.
Right. You too. Hey, Mickey.
Hi, Michelle. How are you?
Good. How you doing?
I'm good, Michelle. I like is that a cardigan?
Yes, it's a little cardigan.
Yeah, it's really cute. Cynthia and Nene, I watched the interview and it just was so heartwarming. Like, I just was like, damn, this is a blast from the past.
Then you wanted to go on for like 2 hours.
Literally. And I love how at the end, Cynthia was asking her questions.
And I was like, dang, Cynthia, you might have should have saved that for your podcast, but I'm glad she did do it because, it kept it interesting,
Yeah. And I love how they were like, oh, you remember when we were in San Francisco, and you remember when we were in Tokyo and Anguilla, and I'm trying to think back to the scenes that they were referencing, and I'm like, damn, like
Anguilla, Japan, Barcelona. They was talking about all of that, all the stuff that we was talking about. Remember in Barcelona, we was talking about how Bravo had them in like a Airbnb that was real raggedy, and then because I remember going off there because we was like they treat the Black girls differently than they treat the Caucasian girls. Like they would put them up in 5-star hotels and stuff, and so they actually argue or whatever and got moved to a hotel with suites and stuff. So it was all of the stuff that she was talking about was some of the stuff that she was complaining about in her lawsuit. So
it was, and I'm trying to think back to the scenes that they were talking about.
The Phaedra's due date.
The due date, even her talking about her wedding and how, the wedding, was it the marriage license,
When
and
when her mama and sister hid the marriage license and all of that.
yeah,
When Nene called Peter a bitch, and when she
yeah.
called him Patricia.
And how like that to this day, like when people try to like shade him, they call him Patricia, and it was just like, it just made me think like, damn, like we had it so good back in the day. We had it so good, and it was nice to see them, because they've been through a lot. And I think honestly on this show, aside from, because obviously Sheree and Kim, they've known Nene at this point, what, 25 years maybe?
Seems like it, about that. Like they've been on 16, so add a few years to that, at least 20.
So I think honestly, Cynthia was probably Nene's real friend.
Mm-hmm.
Out
They
of
said that how they used to be on the phone together all the
Yeah.
time. How Peter was mad because every time he come in the room, they on the phone or whatever. I was even in the chat and I was like, that part where Cynthia said, she don't get mad at bloggers or something. She said, I was like, oh, you've gotten mad at a blogger before, and I was like, I can remember when they called me on three-way. Her and Nene called me on three-way, cursing me out. Yeah, they said something about had you ever cursed out a blogger. You remember
Yeah.
that? Like,
Yeah,
they-
yeah, because she was like, "Oh, I don't really respond to social media, and I don't really throw shade. Maybe once in a while, I don't deal with bloggers." Da, da, da. And I'm like,
Let me pull up my
Cynthia,
old Cynthia interviews, child. I had y'all
yeah.
in. But yeah.
But it was the two couples. It was Peter and Cynthia and Greg and Nene. And
Yeah.
it was a real, genuine friendship. And it's sad that Cynthia allowed herself to be used in the way that she did. You know what
She
I
did.
mean?
And people are mentioning that in the comments too, like how,
Yeah.
Cynthia really became a fake friend. Y'all remember
Yeah.
when she literally turned on Nene when Kenya was pregnant and like, kind of like sabotaged Nene and had, Kenya
The
come to
alliance.
her. Yeah,
Yeah.
the was it what was it? Something with the Seagrams thing. And she had Kenya
Yeah.
come pregnant to the
It
alcohol
was when
event.
she was pregnant, and this was before
And
she
that's
got
when Nene
engaged.
said, "What are you pregnant with, a buffalo?"
Yeah, this was before she got engaged.
Yeah.
She had her
No, she
peach
was already married when
bellinis.
she got pregnant, wasn't she?
No,
Yeah.
she got married during the pandemic. You remember?
Girl, they
Yeah.
got married
And
after the baby. I mean, before the
no,
baby.
no, because you remember
Am
Kenya
I
wasn't on the
confused?
show. Kenya wasn't on the show when she was
I
pregnant.
know. I know, because that's why she wasn't on the show because she got married.
Oh, you mean Kenya getting married? Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I thought you meant Cynthia and Mike.
Oh, my bad, my bad. I was talking about the baby and all of that.
Oh,
So
okay,
yeah, I
yeah.
said she got married before the baby. I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that was I think the Peach Bellini event.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. That's
That's
why I
when,
said she invited pregnant Kenya
yeah,
to the
exactly.
alcohol event.
Yeah,
Which
but and then I'm mic'd, and they even talked about the scene of her going to the wine cellar and Nene being really, disappointed, and
yeah,
how,
then she was
yeah,
crying. Yeah.
yeah. But I mean, listen, I hope that they seem like they're on good terms, and I hope it continues, because this reality TV business, and these relationships and stuff like that, usually is always fake and just for the cameras. But these two, they have a real history, and it seemed like they
And they said
really,
it, they're sisters. Sometimes sisters
yeah,
don't speak for a while. And that was interesting too, because they pretty much admitted they had seen each other in like forever. They couldn't even remember the last time they saw each other.
yeah,
So I was like, y'all telling on yourselves right now. Like, yeah, I know they text or whatever and maybe chat on the phone every now and then, but they hadn't really hung out or seen each other in years.
yeah. And I love how she gave her advice about, not putting her boyfriend on the show, and stuff like that. But it was nice. It was a really good interview, and
Yeah.
Nene seemed so relaxed. I mean, she barely even read from her cue cards, because she was getting dragged so much online about how she doesn't know how to interview and stuff like that. I feel like this one was really, really good. It was so natural,
Yeah,
And it
it's
was
getting
that
better
sweet.
and better each time. I mean, she's just
Yeah.
on what the fourth or fifth interview. So, I mean, each interview you could tell the
The
growth. You know what
progression,
I'm saying?
yeah.
So, she started with a different set because she was still on that set with Sierra, me and my
Yeah.
homegirl, and that didn't work out because Sierra didn't want to come to work and she came to work and Sierra didn't. And so she was like just put there with a staff and cameras and she had to make it work. She called
Yeah.
me, called Carlos King, and that's how the Nene Leakes Show was born. And then it, grew from there. So
Yeah. But it was really good. Shamea girl. Shamea. Shamea. Honestly, I don't like how Shamea is being dragged because of the whole Porsha thing. However, Shamea, you've been married for 10 years, okay? And for you to be kikiing when Porsha said that, it was wrong. And obviously Angela's problem is really with Porsha. Even though she called her Shamina, it's really with Porsha. You know what I mean? But when it comes to their friendship, Porsha just seems like somebody that always needs to be the main character, always needs to be the center of attention. And Shamea, let's be real, like she came up. You know what I mean? She came up, she's living this big lifestyle, she's married, she has children, she's been through a lot, even with her daughter, like a lot is going on. I don't think it's as glamorous as we think it is, especially with her daughter, and now she wants to have a son and everything. And I feel like with Porsha is like, damn, like you're literally like you have the house, you're living the lifestyle, the cars and everything, and that was supposed to be like, this was supposed to be my big comeback. And honestly, I think this has been going on for a long time. It's just they never documented it.
Yeah, because they weren't on the show.
They weren't on the
Like,
show.
I think it started back when Shamea got married 7 years
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah.
Okay, and remember, she didn't even go to the wedding. Kandi and
Yeah.
everybody else in Atlanta went to, flew to Shamea's wedding, and Porsha didn't. And how your best friend not gonna go to your wedding?
Yeah, and even back then when the whole Kandi and Phaedra scandal was happening, Shamea was in the middle of that, and clearly Porsha was so quick to back up Phaedra, and she never, was supportive of Shamea, and she never defended her or anything, So that in itself was a big indicator that it's really a one-sided friendship. And at the end of the day, some women, and I hate to say it, they always have to be the center of attention. They just want to keep you in the background. It's almost like you're a Gucci bag. Like they just want to show you off, but they want to be the main attraction. And I feel like because in the beginning, Shamea everybody was praising Shamea. Oh my gosh, Shamea, look at her house. Look at her, her cars and her, her closet, and she's so rich and she's this and she's that. And Porsha, the network really built her up to be like, this is her big comeback, and oh my God, it's Porsha Gobadia, not Porsha Williams, and clearly that flopped. That didn't go anywhere. So now, she feels away. But Shamea girl, it's a one-sided friendship. Clearly that girl, just because y'all, known each other since y'all were kids, it's not really translating. It always seems like you have her back and she doesn't really have yours. It seems like she don't really care for you that much. But I think, and also Phaedra Parks, is Phaedra Parks bringing in the new Anthony? Michelle? Oh no. Oh.
Hey, Mickey, you there?
Yeah. But Michelle, I think she's having some technical issues.
I don't believe that. I think that Shamea is using Porsha. I think they're using
Can
each
y'all
other.
hear me?
I can hear you now.
I can't hear a thing.
Can you hear me?
You can hear me?
Yes.
I'm back. Okay.
Michelle.
I don't know I had to connect the internet to my phone. AT&T was like, we doing service at 12:30.
Damn.
Like all the internet went everywhere.
Anthony, you are such a hater. Why don't you ever come up here and give your opinion?
Anthony never comes up.
He's a troll.
But I'm here. Okay, go ahead. Here.
But yeah, all I'm saying is it's a one-sided friendship. And Phaedra girl, she's coming in to do Porsha dirty work with these clout chasers, and this is where they lose me with this fake BS. Fake storylines. It's always somebody getting exposed, and I don't know. It just cheapens the show.
I'm sorry, y'all can't hear me. I know I'm choppy. I'm on my phone's Wi-Fi. I'm on my phone's Wi-Fi. It's so weird. Hold on.
That's better. Is it back?
Yeah, you're back.
Yeah, it just popped back on my real computer. Just popped back on. Let me turn my Wi-Fi off. This one off. Oh, it's so weird. Like the Xfinity just went off. Like it went blank. And I got like 3 different monitors and it's blank, but it just came back on the big one. So I guess it's back on.
Okay, yeah. But
yeah, now I can hear you in real time. It was like a delay too. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, yeah, but is Phaedra bringing in the new Anthony clout chasers?
That's what it seems like. Because I mean, it was Phaedra on that phone, right? On that
Yeah.
phone.
Is she doing Porsha's dirty work now, bringing in these clout chasers that just want to be on TV for 2 seconds and a storyline that we're not going to care about next season?
Yeah, I don't like it at all.
It's just weird. It's very weird. But you have a good night, Michelle.
Thank you so much, Mickey. I'm sorry I missed the bulk of your.
It's okay. It's okay.
I'll listen back. Thanks for calling.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. Bye. Hey, Von Zipper.
Hey, Michelle.
How you doing?
I'm well. I'm talking about the Married to Medicine. Well, the Bravo thing. You said is Real Housewives of Atlanta in danger.
Is it? Because it wasn't on the list.
Yeah, because season 17 won't come out until 2026. That's why it wasn't on the list. Yeah, but this one came out. Yeah, that's why. And the list is from 2020. The rest of 20 up until it's a year. So that means season 17 won't come out until next spring. That's why they haven't. Yeah, they playing with the schedule.
Yeah.
Like Potomac is in production and Married
what
to
about
Medicine.
one of them shows is still in production right now. Is
Below
like,
Deck. Below Deck.
Yeah, Below Deck.
Well, Potomac just started production and Married to Medicine just started production too. So, and they were on the list. So they're going to air this year, like Married to Medicine, and they're going to come out in November.
Okay.
So, yeah. But it just shows you, like, I mean, most people know this. It's just Hollywood is out of new ideas. But you see the shows they ordered, like Rhode Island, what? and like a
What is
Shahs
that?
of
The Real
Sunset.
Housewives wife swap? What the hell?
Yeah, Wife Swap, Shahs of Sunset 2.0, Ladies of London Revive. Like none of them were new ideas. That so it's
The
gonna be
Shahs
the
of Sunset is just rebranded under a
three of
different
them.
name.
Yeah, with three cast members, so they can pay them less. Like they that's what they're doing. But the Married to Medicine, like, come on, if Sweet Tea thought that she was coming back, I got some land to sell her on Mars. I give her a 20-year mortgage.
I thought she was coming back too because what other storyline do they have besides making fun of that girl?
Yeah, but like
Hey, Michelle.
It was a temporary little fix. Like it was 2 seasons. Was like, back in the day, she would have got 1. They being nicer to people nowadays by giving them like 2 and 3. But no, like they used her. Quad got that big ass house she got to pay for. She played along. It got her 2 seasons of paychecks. Pretty smart. Now we're gonna see a fake baby, and she gonna go to Dr. Jackie.
Not the fake baby.
She gonna go through
She gonna get a surrogate too. She gonna meet with Gina and get a surrogate.
You gonna have a fake engagement.
You think they gonna talk about the stolen Rolls Royce?
No. They gonna be
Dr.
like
Heavily
everybody.
gonna bring it up. Dr. Heavily is.
Nah, they gonna be like she's one of those people who's everyone's hating on her. Everyone else is a liar. She's not gonna bring it up.
I mean, if Dr. Heavenly was gonna bring it up, she would have brought it up by now because we've been reviewing the damn court documents for 3 months. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think Dr. Heavenly gonna bring it up.
When she see them ratings go down, she is.
I don't think so. They're gonna get Doc. She gonna say something, but I don't think about that. But you're right.
Simone. Or probably Simone.
Oh, they said Toya probably will.
Simone and Toya.
Toya will, but she just bought a $3 million house. She's like, this show can't never get canceled.
Well, Toya's flipping.
Well, that's the point of bringing it up. They need the drama, right?
Yeah, you need the drama. They like, let me do it. But what I do like about Sweet Tea, just the fundamentals of her, is she was so green. Like, she's one of those people, like, the people in Hollywood who think that the love is real, like when fans and execs and the cast love you, like I know the producers were like, Sweet Tea, you knocked it out the park. And she was like, oh, I did? Like, she's so green. Like, they were like, girl, do that. She's like, oh yeah, girl, I'm a star. Her and Mia on Real Housewives of Potomac, they be believing them executives. And I'm like, girl, like, this is a game. You got to play them before they play you. But I like that about her, but I feel like she was more genuine. Like, for example, I think Dr. Heavenly, this is just my opinion. I think Dr. Heavenly really told her that she caught Damon cheating because she knew she would bring it up on camera. That's the kind of like the mind games. And then when she did that on.
Yeah.
She's like, no, she told me, I'm not lying. And it's like, girl, that was a trap. There's no way I would have fell
I
for
can see her being that strategic. I can see her doing that.
Yeah, that's the kind of games that like she plays. But it was kind of fun to see, like, that's the most genuine kind of person we're gonna get on reality TV in 2025.
Yeah.
So I like what she represented.
That's why I'm sad to see her go. Because as much as a train wreck as their relationship is and all of that, it's like it's real. You know what I'm saying? And to see that alongside the obvious conflict between, Quad and her and him, like that was real. You know what I'm saying? But now it's like, what we gonna have?
I'm not sad to see Sweet Tea go.
Oh, I'm not either, but I'm talking about, like, I like what she it's not her, it's what she represents. Like, it is really sick when you really think about it, that a group of people got together and befriended her, hung out with her, took pictures to get her on the show, to stab her in the back. Like, if this isn't shown in every psychology collegiate class, like, or AP psychology and stuff, like, they really played her and she fell for, like, she don't have a cousin or auntie that was like,
that's what I was
LaTeasha.
thinking of.
What would be saying goes? What would be saying goes? You in danger, girl.
Yeah, I knew when she came on the show, she didn't have no young friends, because Sweet Tea should have came on that show calling everybody what their name is. I'd have been calling Dr. Jackie Granny. I'd have been calling the other ones aunties.
But she did do that.
No,
but guess what?
She didn't bring the real youngness of a young girl.
I bet she did. They edited it out.
A young lady.
I bet you did. They edited it out. I
No,
think
she
she
didn't, because I could tell by her profession and how she was letting Quad on that sofa drag her. I'd have told her geriatric, don't worry about me having a baby. Oh, I would have got them all together. Oh yeah.
But Michelle, you've been to scenes before. Like, you go to a 2-hour, 4-hour scene, and they can like. I think she did, because when she told Dr. Jackie, "Fuck you, bitch," that wasn't the first time she's talked to her like that. I think she did. I think they edited it out. Like, they really edit a lot
Yeah,
of
they
stuff
did
out.
say that they edited it out a lot. Like, didn't she chest bump somebody and all kind of stuff, child? So
I think
I
she
mean,
did.
just like with the
She
housewives, it's a
green.
lot. It's a lot in their arguments that we haven't seen. That probably even worse than what we did see.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's so
I
green.
think she really kept this very professional job she had in the back of her head, and with her being in the service, it was you could see a lot of I'm young and very mature. I may be 33, but I'm 43 for real because of my job and because of I'm a service person and I can't be on here, acting like don't not service. She ain't have no young friends. Honey, let her have some young friends popping. Yeah.
Okay. But what you thought about the Nene Leakes interview?
I like it, but kind of what like I think you said or Mickey said, you all said that like someone said about her like reading the notes. It's not reading the notes. It looked like when like the little girls who used to like get in the mirror and try to mimic Barbara Walters or Oprah Winfrey. Like, it seemed like she did that on the first episode. Like, Nene, just be yourself. Just be you. You're not, you're not Wendy. You're not Oprah. Like, you don't even need cards, girl. We know you. Throw them cards up in the air. So I think that's what,
And
I
she's
think
just so naturally funny and
yeah.
charismatic and all of that. But I mean, she uses that often. When I was there talking to her, I mean, I think I got it out of her. But I think I don't know. I mean, I think she just wants it to succeed so bad that she wants it to be professional and wants it to be seen a certain way. And she's on YouTube and people are already dragging that. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's where she's kind of like getting in her own head a little bit.
Yeah, but it's fine. But I mean, that's what podcasts, we like podcasts because they're not perfect and they're not produced. You fuck up. Ooh, I don't remember what like that's
But
what we
she's
like.
not thinking of that as a podcast. She's thinking of that as a show. Like,
But
yeah,
Shannon Sharp was about to get 100 million. I don't know why people still got that in their mind. Like the girl from
I'm in her ear saying the same thing, child. So
what's that white girl? She got a 400 million. Joe Rogan gets hundreds of $1 million deal. Like, podcasts aren't mom and pop, and you got to stop thinking a podcast is mom and pop. Them big companies, anybody will pay you hundreds of millions of dollars to do a podcast. Matter of fact, I think Joe Rogan probably makes way more than Tamron Hall, and I ain't seen their contracts, but I bet he does. So
I said it all the time. So
And I think she just need those cars to make sure she don't.
But people starting to figure it out. You see Porsha over here on YouTube. You see everybody coming up here.
A mess.
And Portia's channel is basically, I think, is through Truly. Honestly, if you want me to give facts.
But guess what? Guess what? That show you how much of a fool that she is or anyone else. This is like for everybody listening. I can't tell you much. But if you see somebody, if you see how a company or a person does another person, you need to keep all your eyes open. Like, if Truly Original did it to Nene Leakes, who literally built that company up, what would, like, I'm telling you, get your money. But I'd be like, yeah, I can't. I'm tired. I got Pilar has a like. You better think of some lies. I'm telling you, like, you better.
They build them up to tear them down. Look at what they did to Sheree. Look at what they did to Phaedra. Look what, like, every single one of them has had like a situation where they literally treated them like trash and booted them out, and then they call Sheree back every time they need a favor. But this time she was smart enough to say no because they weren't paying enough.
That's
so they wanted her back this season with Angela Oakley to call out Charles for cheating and all that stuff because Sheree used to kick it with Charles or whatever. But yeah, and I think Sheree was dating Charles the same time he was dating his now wife Angela.
Do it on your own, girl. You better have your exit plan. That's why, like, Quad, like Married to Medicine, like, I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. Like they will get rid of you at any given season. Like you got a 1-season contract with an option. Like you literally, I would be scared to buy a house if I was on one of them shows. Them big ass houses they be buying with that show money, but
Is that Porsha an influencer now?
is she? Who is she influencing and influencing you
She
to
ain't
what?
influencing nobody. Porsha is
She on
literally
Amazon. Y'all
a
know she
mole.
on
Listen, no, she's a
Amazon.
mole. You know how you see these YouTube channels pop up all of a sudden, and the videos are so crisp and clean and perfectly edited, and the channel, everything about the channel is perfect. That's not how people start YouTube channels. Even celebrities don't start channels like that.
They don't.
Porsha came on at 2,000 subscribers, and she was already monetized. She was already verified. Like everything, she didn't go through that process. So it's giving me, NBC or somebody called in a favor with YouTube, and she couldn't show all of that on the show, but let's show it over here. And they probably getting a percentage of that channel. I know they are.
Exactly.
She
Like
just,
they did
If
Wendy
not
Williams.
all of it.
With
Because
who?
they
Wendy
paid
Williams
Porsha a
channel.
big chunk of change, and she not delivering.
Yeah, like they did Wendy Williams channel.
Mm-hmm.
Does
And
but
yeah,
like
Wendy Williams channel, they just changed the name, put Sherry's on it.
yeah, all her social media and everything. But like Portia's not a likable. I've always known that, but like I saw a clip of her podcast with her baby with Dennis, and she's like, I like my hot dogs with milk. Like it was just cringe. It was like, who is never mind, I ain't gonna offend anybody, but who is a Portia fan? But let me mind my business.
All right, I'm with
they
you.
not getting me for immigration. I was born here.
Oh.
Free my Uncle Simon.
Morning, Michelle.
Free my uncle.
We
Morning,
know,
Michelle.
right?
Morning,
Simon.
Cynthia.
Hey, Alaka, what's up, friend?
Morning, squad.
Good morning.
Hey,
How you
Alaka.
doing? Were you
I'm
done
not
about
too
Fun
bad.
Zip? I'm sorry for like.
No, I'm done. I'm done. Y'all have a good night.
How are you doing, Bonzippa?
I'm good. Nice to hear you, Alaka.
And you too, darling.
So what would you
So,
like
like,
to talk about, Alaka?
Well, I'm gonna start with the Nene because, like, I feel like at this point, I feel like Nene would literally breathe, and people would tell her that she doesn't know how to breathe.
Yep.
Like, there's so many people who've come up with really cruddy YouTube channels and formats and things like that, and they haven't got the level of flack
You know what
that
bothered
Nene
me
is
the
actually
most?
getting.
You know what bothered me, and she stopped doing it because of this, and it kind of bothered me because on Tuesdays or whatever, or the day or whatever, she would drop like a video about the previous video. Like she did it like twice. Life of Nene, where she's just sitting on her balcony, just talking about whatever. That was fine. Everybody coming, you need a mic. I hear the air and I hear the cars driving by on your balcony.
And?
I hear,
It's
girl,
ridiculous.
like
It's ridiculous. Like, let her be. Like, give her breathing space. They need to give her breathing space to do what she needs to do. And this is why I think there is a bit of nervousness when she does the show, because she's had all this unnecessary. Some of the criticism is valid, but some of it I feel like it kind of feels venomous, if truth be told. Because at the end of the day, and we say this on Patreon, I feel like if you're going to criticize, be constructive. Don't make a follow-up with laughing at her. Like, that's not criticism.
Look,
It makes no
Anthony,
sense.
audio is
You know,
important. Audio is important, but there are so many people that stream from their phones and don't have a mic. You know what I'm saying? So
and the thing is, she
a
can get a mic.
one-off.
She will get a
It's a
mic. She will
one-off.
get a mic eventually.
Yeah, like I'll go live in my car. I don't have a mic. That's just a mic on. You know what I'm saying? But I get it. People buy mics for their phones and yada yada yada. But if you don't have a mic and I just want to go live, I'm just gonna go live, and y'all can hear it or not. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know.
But this is what I'm saying. People are busy saying that, like, oh, she needs a mic. Da, 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 you know, offer constructive criticism. Constructive criticism is where you say, okay, if this is how it's sounding, because maybe we're struggling to hear her, blah blah blah. Maybe she should try this, that, and the other, as opposed to just saying, oh, she's this. Does that make sense? Like, I feel like it's harsh, and some of it I feel it's a little bit unnecessary. With that said, on the positive, I loved the interview with Cynthia, or the conversation, should I say. I thought it was hilarious.
I did too.
I
did too.
I found it really funny, and I love the way they're so comfortable with one another. I'm assuming, did they make a phone call so that they can be twinsies with the dresses?
I think Nene had wardrobe on set that day.
how is it? Because I was like, wait, they're twinning with the dresses. This is so cute. They look really good. They look really good, honestly. Like, I enjoyed the conversation. There's some new information that I got to find out that I didn't know about from before. So that was interesting and kind of surprising. You know what I mean? The whole thing about Cynthia saying that, which I found really hilarious, where because she was mainly filming with Nene initially. And then afterwards, when Nene had to film with other people, she was like, wait, what about me? I thought she was just going to film with me alone. I thought that was really funny. I was like, wait, was she that green when it came to like reality show and stuff like that? So, and then also about Peter being the reason why she ended up on the show. I actually did not know that.
Yeah,
I know
Peter
that
actually said that on my show.
I must have missed it.
Look, people probably didn't believe him when he said it, but Peter actually said that before, that he was the reason why Cynthia joined the show.
So yeah, and then like Von Dipper mentioned, oh my gosh, sorry, all my alarms are going off. Hang on. Honestly, this is every single time I'm just sorry, Alexa. I had to literally turn her off. So Von Dipper mentioned like, podcast and things like that. I think she can still do a show because at the end of the day, it's still somewhat of a show. Podcasts are technically shows as well, just a different style of show, correct? In terms of what they're labeled as. And so I feel like she can still elevate her show as a show. She's just chosen a show format. Does that make sense? As opposed to a radio show format, because podcasts kind of mirror a radio show format where the microphones are all up in your faces and stuff like that. Which, by the way, I've always wanted to ask the question, does anyone ever clean their microphones? Does everyone actually ever ask the question when they go to be interviewed, when they're leaning on that microphone and other people's mouths have been on the microphone? Like, is anyone ever concerned about that? Anyways, just a side question.
Okay. Moving on. Next topic.
It's called alcohol spray. No, I'm just playing. But it is that. But
the Porsha Angela situation. I kind of feel like, I don't know, was it Mel said that, oh, Angela is really messy. I personally do not think Angela is any more messier than any of the other housewives. She just happened to be the chosen bone carrier. You know what I mean? She just happens to be the chosen bone carrier. Like, we heard it with Nene and Cynthia when literally they were saying they chose Cynthia to be the bone carrier.
Cynthia
and
was
what
the one who bring the information about Mr. Chocolate.
Yeah, she stuttered. She stuttered towards trying to give that tea. You know what I mean? And so it's like they chose someone who was basically, for lack of a better term, ballsy enough to say, hey, I'll deliver the news. It is what it is. And then people need to stop harping on about, oh, why would she bring, even if Angela herself said, oh, I regret doing that. I think she regretted being the one to invite Drew because it was part of the cast trip. So there was literally, Drew had a contractual obligation to be at that trip. It just so happened maybe it was around Porsha's birthday party, and so they had to give it a reason. Like, at this point, guys, come on now. We've all been watching Housewives for like how long that we should know the rules of engagement and how they literally.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? So it's like for people to be like, oh my gosh, how did that? Like, come on now. Let's not be surprised at this age. We know how it goes. We know the deal. You know what I mean? And so for me, it is what it is. You know what I mean? And the Shamea backlash, yeah, it's sad that she's getting backlash because I was happy for Shamea. And it's sad that she was very nonchalant about the whole situation and choosing that particular incident to say it's not my fight. But it's been your fight. Every time someone brought up Porsha, that something that Porsha needed accountability for. This one, she needed more accountability than ever because Angela heard it. Someone else confirmed what she said. And now you choose to say, it's not my fight, you as a married woman. So that was very disappointing, honestly, really, really disappointing. And
I thought so too.
And it's just a hill she's willing to die on. Like, literally, it's a sad turn of events because now what's happened is it's turned the tables around where it's actually placed Angela as the center peach, in my opinion.
Exactly. So
Shamea
true.
was the center peach, but it's put Angela on as
I
the
mean,
center
as
peach.
of today, now we got about 8 more episodes now, so we don't know. We're gonna see.
Yeah,
I think
like you
Phaedra
said,
coming
as
back-
of today, she's the center peach.
Yeah. Yeah. I think like Phaedra coming back, I honestly, even if I think people, because I wasn't really watching Married to Medicine like that, but like, I think people were rooting for her leaving Married to Medicine, right? Because they were being whatever to her. But like her coming back on Housewives and coming back as she called it freaking frack. I mean, I say fake and fraud, but you know, that's none of my business. I feel like right now, Porsha has left a really bad taste in people's mouths. No pun intended.
Even with her show name, and people in the chat was talking about she stole the show name from Nene. You remember when Nene said, "Don't make me call Porsha," and she used that same quote as the name of her show or whatever. And especially since she was throwing shade at Nene. Nene will never come back, and the shade about the Upshaws and all that stuff. So it's just interesting that you would, out of everything that you could have used, you used that quote he said. I mean, I get it. It was, she did say your name, but it is something that's tied to Nene. It's a Nene quote, right?
I don't think it's someone's written to say I don't think it's Shamea's job. It's obviously it's not Shamea's job, but it's the fact that Shamea jumped at people's throats for them coming for Porsha before. So at the end of the day, if you're going to be consistent, be consistent. Don't choose to listen at a time when it's actually even more vital, when there's actually proof right in everybody's faces, where you're likely to get even more backlash for does that make sense? Like, it's crazy to me to choose that moment to say, oh, actually it's not my fight. So I feel like that's where the disconnect is, and that's why people are irritated. People still do not hate Shamea because I think she is a lovely person, and I think she is likable, to be honest, But the fact that people are still going to be disappointed in her in this particular situation, and I feel like Phaedra coming back, I feel she's going to add more mess, because Phaedra, listen, for a lawyer, it's very, I don't know, obviously lawyers get a bad rap about lying and whatnot, but for a lawyer, it literally behooves me how much Phaedra lies. If you think, like, Porsha is already a liar, okay, as it is. Like, she literally lies as soon as she speaks. I cannot trust anything that comes out of Porsha's mouth. I'll be honest with you. And then Phaedra, on top of it all, she does her own thing as well. So it's like, it's crazy to me. I feel like she's
That's why
gonna. You don't like
that's
Porsha
why
now.
Nene called them freak and fraud. Okay, that's
fake and fraud. It should be fake and fraud, not even freak. Fake and fraud. Because I feel like people are gonna despise Porsha even more, because I feel like Phaedra is gonna make that happen because of her shenanigans. So it's wild, Michelle. It's wild.
Ooh, I gotta wrap this up. I appreciate you, Alaka. Look, I appreciate your input as always, child. We will continue this conversation. I even had another story, but I'm gonna have to bring it up tomorrow. I tell people in a minute. But anyway, thank you, Alaka. I appreciate you. All right.
See you later. Bye.
All right. Talk to you later. Hey, Doctor of Love, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm wonderful.
I love your outfit.
Tonight?
I am going to talk about, I'm just do 3 main points. And I need the girls to come on in the room. I need Porsha first. I'm going to call Porsha to the room first.
Okay.
Because Porsha, she always was a follower. And then it came to her senses. I think after that divorce, something clicked. And she like, I want to be a leader now. I don't want, to follow anyone anymore. It's just all what she's trying to do and that she's doing to people. And I'm just like, Porsha, you are burning bridges really hard. You started with Nene. Now it is Shamea. Now, when Shamea brain click on, Porsha, is going to be over with for you, because she's giving me the jealousy friend. That's what Porsha is giving me with Shamea. So Shamea, I need you to come on in the room too and understand that you was wrong for not checking your best friend, your bestie, for saying she going to sleep with anybody's husband. And you have a husband, okay? You was wrong for Kiki Kaka. You should have said, oh, hold up, wait one moment. We ain't doing that. Not tonight, drunk and all. Y'all was not that tore up, okay? Because you have a husband. And Shamea, I'm going to need you to understand the minute you became friends with Kandi and dropped Porsha, she will never look at you the same as a best friend, never treat you the same. And then with Bravo giving you that head peach, and then with your beautiful life, okay, Shamea, I hope you hear. You have such a beautiful life. You're going to have to level up on this show. You're going to have to put Porsha in her place every single time and go and level up. Because these girls on this show, we all know they're your girls, but they all fanning out. They most of them fanning out. But Shamea, you gonna have to level up to who you are. I need you to level up. You gotta level up and put Porsha in her place. Okay. Because see, Porsha ain't do that with the not old heads, but with the seasoned girls or
vets.
With the vets. She didn't dare do all she did this season with the vets. Okay. And wouldn't have done it. Okay. Wouldn't even stood a chance. Shamea, you need to understand that you are the new Nene. Bad as Porsha want to be her, you are. Okay. All right. Okay.
I agree with that.
Exactly. Yeah. Go sit to the back of the room. Okay. Now, Nene, I'm bringing you to the table, honey. I'm bringing you to the table.
Oh, not Nene. Okay.
Yes, I got to bring my girl to the table because I love her show, her talk show. We've told you almost since season 3, you were supposed to take Wendy's place. Okay. You could take Wendy's, you could take the Reals. I don't care because you've had some show ideas. So here is my idea to you, Nene. I hope you're listening, okay? I'm going to need you in the center. I'm going to tell you if Tamar can be on the end after this interview. I'm going to need Tamar on the end, okay? Michelle, I'm going to need you on the other end because the people that are on the end are the smartest, got all the news and do the most, okay? I need Nene in the middle. And then next to you, Nene, I will put 2 young ones next to you. But see, I didn't know the one didn't want to come to work. And then I don't know who will go to the left of her. But only you guys know in Atlanta. The ATL, y'all know. But I know who 3 will be there. Okay? So, Nene, I hope
they said be careful. You know, Claudia like to steal ideas.
Oh, she's so played out, baby. Bye. We won't even listen to Carlos because she over there now. Not that we ever listen to Carlos, but Carlos brought that good dude on there and got a lot of us and people listening because he came on there. Now you done bought her and the ratings over there is down. But anywho, so Nene, I just need you to come on in the room and I need you to go on and do what you're supposed to do. Okay. All right. And because you and Cynthia. Oh, y'all did it. Y'all did the thing.
They did it.
Y'all did the thing. And you right.
That interview might get 1 million views. It's up there.
I loved it. And then the one with you, I really like. Now,
well, like I said, it's a work in progress. Everything is growth. You know what I'm saying? So you can see the growth with each episode. So
yeah, but I'm interviewing for the whole panel. So Snow, I like her. Do not get me wrong. I like her, but she's a little dry. So no. So yeah, I'm just like you said, I ain't gonna tell all the ideas. But yeah, Nene, I need you to come on in the room and get your own contract. Get your own big contract. Cause I see it. So yeah, cause you and Cynthia, y'all did it. Y'all 2 did it. Yeah. Okay.
Well,
I think that's about it for the crew.
I appreciate you so very much. Thank you for calling in.
Always. We missed you. I don't know if it's been me or you, but okay.
Yeah, I've been doing some things, but I'll be back consistently soon. But I appreciate you, friend.
All right. Okay.
All right. Bye. Hi, Shasha.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
I love Nene's show, and I am one of the ones that's in the comments saying to keep the tea bring Michelle in for the tea. Yeah, and I enjoy you on the show as well.
Thank you.
I
She gonna be
really
rotating though. It's gonna be other bloggers and stuff. I'm not,
I really like the episode with Cynthia. It was really good because it gave me a clear understanding of their friendship. And I didn't know, because see, at one time I wasn't watching Housewives of Atlanta, so I wasn't watching when Cynthia and Phaedra came on. I think I watched like the latter part of it, but
you gotta
I'm
binge
getting
watch it.
surprised.
It's really fun to watch them now. The old episodes. Yeah.
And my comment on Shamea and Porsha. So I'm just going to use this example. I'm kind of like Shamea in my relationship with my bestie, and my bestie is like Porsha. Now we don't live like them, but we got those personalities. And I don't think Shamea should be responsible for Porsha's actions. Portia's an adult.
I don't think should be responsible. But because they're on a show, she was laughing alongside, and I think she should be responsible for her role in, you know what I'm saying? It was laughing at it is kind of encouraging the behavior, don't you think?
Well, see, I didn't see that. I'm sorry, I turned it off.
That's okay. That's okay.
I was just commenting on what you guys were saying on the show
No, go ahead.
tonight. So I was watching it and it just got boring to me, and I was about to fall asleep, so I just turned it off.
No,
so I missed that part. So no, I don't agree with Shamea laughing. Yeah, but I kind of understand what she's saying. It's not my fight, but I don't agree with her laughing. So I did miss that part. So
so they all were at the pool laughing and kikiing and dragging Angela and calling her Big Bird and all this stuff. And I don't know who was saying what, but then Porsha said I should fuck her man, pretty much.
Okay,
and then,
so yeah, I'm wrong then. So yeah.
I mean, you don't have to be. You could be, know.
Yeah, I didn't know she was laughing. Again, I didn't watch all of the show. I did not. I tried, but I was.
And I think that was Angela's issue, that she was out there laughing, causing a scene. They all was drinking and drunk or whatever, and not to say that she should have been like, "Whoa, whoa, hey, stop," whatever, but just common sense would have been like, that ain't funny. I don't know, but
Angela is always combative. I just feel like every episode, everything she's in, it's Angela. She's in it with someone. She's in it with Brit, always with Brit. Now she's in it with all other girls.
But I mean, she said it herself. It's like her against everybody, and Drew is the only person that, she feels is on her side, or that she has her back and Drew has hers. So I guess.
Well, I feel that she puts herself in that position though, because when they were at Porsha's celebration, why did she insist on bringing Drew? Even her friends were like, "It's Porsha's birthday." Even though I know Drew
I think that's just storyline, though. I mean, I know outside looking in, like if it was a regular, like me and you or whatever, we would be like, "How dare you invite somebody to somebody else's party?" But at the end of the day, all of them were on the clock. This was a mandatory cast event, and so the conflict was, Angela invited Drew. You know what I'm saying? So I can see it both ways, but at the end of the day, we knew Drew was gonna be there one way or the other because it's a show and Drew is a part of the cast.
But are Angela and Drew really friends?
Well, Drew is the friend that she linked with to be on the show. They both supposed to be from Chicago, Chi-Town. Remember, the same way Nene was saying on her show that Cynthia was assigned to her, or Cynthia said that she was assigned to Nene. It's the same thing with Drew and Angela.
Okay. Well, and it's something funny about their relationship, her and her husband. It's like she's covering him for something. I don't know. It's weird. She just seemed very, very soft-spoken when it comes to her husband. I don't know. I don't know. It just seems like, I don't know. I think maybe there's some things we're going to find out about him on the show.
Well, I mean, I guess we got something to look forward to.
Okay.
We'll see. Well, I appreciate you calling in.
Ilanka said she'd disagree with me.
No, I don't disagree. I mean,
I love you.
love you more, friend.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Michelle.
All right.
Bye.
Have a good night. Bye. Shout out to Shy. Shout out to everyone who called in tonight. Shout out to everyone who contributed to the stream. We have talked about so much. I even left off a topic to save till tomorrow. What did I miss? Let me see if I put something in here that I missed. Let me see. What did I put in the thingamajiggy? Did I say? I don't know. I'll leave it to tomorrow. We've been on for 2 hours. I talked about Married to Medicine, Sweet Tea not coming back. I talked about Bravo's renewed shows and how, a lot of people feel like the Real Housewives of Atlanta is in jeopardy because they are not on the list, even though there are some shows, or at least one show that's on the list that is still in production right now as well. I talked about Shamea and how she says that, her friendship with Porsha should be off limits, but it's not, and that she hasn't spoken to Porsha in a while. Porsha refuses to return her calls. I talked about Angela and Shamea, how Angela called Shamea out for, laughing at what Porsha said about, her husband. I'll show Angela called Porsha a whore. Okay, said she had whore activities. I talked about the messy gay guys that allegedly are going to be spilling tea about Angela's husband. I talked about them, and they are very excited for their Bravo debut. I talked about Nene and Cynthia's interview, and I also talked about Sidora saying that Nene is the missing link from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Oh, I talked about Porsha's new look, like she has snatched back all of her go naked hair, honey, from Drew, and now she's wearing the color that Drew has been wearing, them blonde wigs. I talked about Kandi actually being a hypocrite and saying that she has seen Brit's naked pictures and that she doesn't feel like Kenya should be fired. Blah 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 blah. Anyway, y'all like this video? Y'all rewind. Let me know what you think of the topics. If you're just getting here, leave the comments in the comment section. Subscribe to my Patreon. I won't do an after dark tonight because this show ran a little long, and it is 1:30 in Atlanta. It is late in Atlanta, Georgia. Shout out to all my callers. I love you to the moon and back, and I will see you in the next video. Oh, I got a little clip.
Y'all know I ain't got no money. I'm not
She's
rich
very
like
rich, honey.
I'm not rich
This
like
is
you.
a very rich bitch. She been in business way before I was in business. Okay.
No, we came in business right.
Nuh-uh.
I was 2007.
You've been in business.
That's true. I've been in business.
She's a very rich bitch.
Well, she's just a bitch.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put the disclaimer out there. If me and Michelle actually get into a fight during this interview, just know she started.
I don't fight.
Now what else is going on?
I might pull your wig, but I ain't gonna
I
fight.
ain't gonna pull my wig. Now we ain't gonna be pulling no wigs. I do not condone violence.
Hey.
Wait.
No, what you want to say?
Here we go.
Hey, I'm Dr. Heavenly, and this is straight from the A.
And we're here.
Go to sleep. It's late in Atlanta. Good night.
Good night.